Don.
Give me a piece of wood. I'll eat it.
Hahn.
Peter, the most you sweat is at a buffet.
And Rosenberg.
I'll be honest, the one thing I miss about having an office is the taste of Steve Hart's nuts. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
301 in the big city, Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. With you until 6, and then it's Yankee baseball, Yankees and the Red Sox. And believe it or not, the Yankees are facing elimination. This could be it tonight. After a really disheartening 3-1 loss in Game 1. And there's just so many different places we can go. So many different opinions have been thrown out. And I want Alan to be able to really, because he had the heart in the game. Because that's his team. So I know you got a lot to say, Alan. But the one thing I just wanted to kind of get started off with, and I know talking to Alan before the game that he agrees wholeheartedly, is that we got to stop, just preemptively, with all the phone calls at 1-800-919-3776, talking about Aaron Boone's got to get fired, as if Aaron Boone is the reason why Fried was taken out. That Aaron Boone was the reason why Jazz Chisholm was not in the lineup. These are done collaboratively. Hey, Boone may agree, but he's got to be the face of these decisions. But I've been around the Yankees long enough doing the shows with Michael, doing the shows on Yes, that he is doing the bidding of the organization. And the decisions blew up in their face.
You could be sick about the decisions.
Be sick about the decisions, right, Peter?
But don't pretend he was like, all right, I've seen it enough.
And this is why, everybody thinks that Michael Kay protects Boone. Oh, if they fire Boone, they'll just bring in somebody just like him.
He actually went off on him last night.
Right, on him, but it's not him. He's the one that is the face of the decisions. He's the one that is going to tell you, I did this.
You know what happened.
Do you think he went with his gut there, or was all out there?
Here you go, Aaron. Here's the numbers. Here's the line. This is what'll work.
We played this game 15 times last night, and this is the way it comes out.
So what did I tell you yesterday? The Caballero was, 1 for 8?
Yeah.
Lifetime against Crochet. But he's got to be in the lineup, though. So that's when the numbers don't make sense. You know what the Yankees did last night, which I think is a more dangerous thing than even losing Game 1, is what you saw post-game was a disillusioned clubhouse, because it's as if you guys are trusting the numbers more than you trust us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Jazz turning his back on the camera says a lot, because it's his way of knowing that if I turn and face, I'm going to say things that I don't want to say. Frustrated. That whole team was frustrated by the decision-making that was made. But that's not even the most egregious thing to me. So the Boone, I'm not putting the lineup on Boone. I'm telling you, these were numbers they put together. They had a game plan. Alex Cora definitely had a game plan, and you saw it unfold in several different instances in this game. He outmanaged Aaron Boone, no question. But if we're going to get on Aaron Boone for taking out Fried after 6 1/3, that's where I'm also going to hit pause. Because you know what I need? First of all, I don't need Max Fried then saying, that's what they wanted. They took me out, right? Total surrender. I have no control over this. Yes, you do. You're an ace. And you know what the ace does? Garrett Cole, CeCe Sabathia. You can go down the list. You start seeing the manager come out. You know what they do? Take your ass back in the dugout. I'm not going anywhere. I'm out here for my team. Right? Ask David Cohn. David Cohn did it to Joe Torre.
Yeah, Mike Messina did it too to Joe Torre.
Messina did it very publicly. But the whole point is, if you want the game, you're not coming out. You saw the story with Crochet, what he told Cora, right?
Yeah.
I'm handing the ball to Chapman.
That's it.
I'm not coming out, and don't come get me. And so he gave up the home run, and then he proceeded to retire the next 17 straight. Yep. He just locked down. Max Fried, I'm not going to say he wanted out of the game, but it didn't sound like he wanted in. He was fine with being taken out. He didn't fight it. He just left. Leave it to the bullpen. That, to me, is inexcusable. I question that more than I question anything else.
It's a great point.
You wanted out of this game? You were dealing. Now, was he struggling? Yes. He had a 20-pitch inning just the previous inning, and that curveball, he was missing. He started losing control of it, and I think he lost confidence, and I think at that point They're coming to get me. All right, that's it for me.
Well, that's
all I got.
That's
and
a
that
problem.
bothers me because if that's true, and then you throw your manager under the bus, are you crazy? It's a bad look. That clubhouse last night had a lot of issues, and I'm curious to see how they respond tonight. But last night after the game, you talk about, they don't trust us. They trust the numbers, right? Mm-hmm. And then the Max Fried, who if you wanted to stay in, you could have told Boone, no, I got this. But he didn't. That stuff bothers me. But then you go and say it to the media, what you said to the media? No. There's problems in that clubhouse over this. And I hope it was last night they slept on it and they're fine today. But it bothered me after that game.
Yeah, and the lineup is what it's supposed to be today.
You got it right.
And but there's just so many different places to go. 1-800-919-3776. The obvious decision to take Fried out. And Alan's right. Listen, I pitched in high school. I didn't pitch at a high level. I got cut from my college team. But as a pitcher, you want to finish what you start. You don't want to be taken out of a game because you built that. You built that house. You don't want somebody to put the shingles on the roof. You want to finish the house. You built it. You take pride in it. You don't want to walk away and hand over your day, your handiwork over to somebody else to screw it up. You want to finish that. You want to finish where you start. And I understand pitchers nowadays aren't thinking about 9 innings. But I'm sorry. I give a guy 8 years in a contract. He won 19 games during the regular season. Am I wrong to want to get more than 6 1/3? He can't face the 8-9 guys in the order? And is there a world where Aaron Boone's going to have more faith in Luke Weaver than his ace pitcher that's starting game 1 of the playoffs? You lined it up
and
that Fried can pitch game 1 and you're hot to take him out in a 1-0 game.
He's not hot to take him out. That's the point where you say he just got out of that 6th inning. He had been battling. He wasn't perfect, but he was battling.
He was battling.
And so, by the way, that
getting
happened.
The outs he needed to get.
But by the way, baseball has never operated previously till this soft generation that 1 inning of battling
just
means
get him
you're
out.
done. No, you go back in the next inning.
But how many people out there watching that game last night, the minute he came out of the game, just knew? Right, I put in the group chat, right? What I say, Deadpool, here it comes.
Well,
yep.
Because because it's not going to be just one guy out of the bullpen. It's going to be 3.
But you're also
one of them. All it takes is one to have a bad day. Kay says it all the time, and he's right. One guy had it going, and you wanted to see him bulldog his way as far as he could into the game. And in the 7th inning, he gets 1 out. The manager comes out, and he just hands him the ball and walks off. No, man.
Well, you know why.
No, man.
You know why, and I've complained about this all year and 4 years, is the magic number of 100. Because once you get past 100 pitches, now all bets are off. So, yeah, it's 6 1/3. You can't give me more than that? Well, it's the magic. He had thrown 102 pitches. So once you go over 100, it's like, now we're itching to get you out. Now, the game's played before it's played. In the computer, on paper, how it's all going to go down. But once that pitcher gets beyond 100, you're not allowed to get it out. And I think these pitchers' mentality now is, I know I'm over 100.
It's the postseason.
They don't want me in the game anymore, and I'm just going to agree. But it's the postseason. You're right.
All bets are off in the postseason.
But that should be all bets. And it was all bets for Crochet because he threw 117 pitches.
Exactly.
The most he's ever pitched.
So
because the idea, Peter, was I want to get to my closer. I am going to gut out 7 2/3. I'm going to throw 117 pitches because I want to get to my closer.
And not do the middle ground where you have to put in 2-3 other guys who don't get it done. Now, unless you have a player who's coming off of an injury and you're worried about their well-being, we're going to use them in the playoffs, but they don't have 100% of them. There's no reason for it. But we'd be remiss, because this is getting the most of the attention, and it should, if we don't also point out that the Yankees also lost for the same reason they've lost in the playoffs for the last decade.
Couldn't score.
They don't hit.
Yep.
They don't score runs.
Bases loaded, nobody out.
Middle part of their lineup, twice, opportunities, nothing happens.
How about the first inning?
Beginning and end of the game.
Yeah, the first inning looked like they were going to blow this thing open. They had, of course, 2 on, nobody out, and you can't get anything there. And then in the 9th, same thing. Bases loaded, nobody out, and you couldn't do anything there. And again, it's a credit to the Red Sox and their game plan, I guess. But it also does show you it is feast or famine a lot of times with the Yankees. It is maddening. It really is, but this is who they are.
And, so you had the same thing happen twice, right? Goldschmidt gets a hit, and then Judge, first pitch, another base hit back-to-back.
He had a good game.
And no, he's 2 for 4, has a good game, but it makes you think, hey, he's just got to hit home runs. Judge puts the ball on the ground,
Well,
gets on
that's
the
it.
base.
And-
That's great.
and that's-
If he doesn't hit home runs, they don't win.
And if nobody hits home runs, they don't score, right? Because Volpe hits the solo home run, and you get nothing. 17 straight batters retired in the middle of all that, and you get the 3 straight singles, but nobody's able to come up with a big hit. And Peter and I were talking off the air, and we all had the same feeling that once Stanton struck out, and lefties are coming up against Chapman, it's like they really felt like there's an avenue for the Red Sox to be able to get out of this. I didn't think it was going to be 2 straight strikeouts or the pop-up and then the strikeout to Grissom. I thought maybe it'd be a double play or something. Once you get that first out, because Stan's the danger, right? It's a righty. He does nothing but hit home runs in the postseason.
I'll tell you what, I was
like
standing up.
walk-off grand slam.
I got up off the couch and stood up for that at-bat.
Oh, you had the
So you had
bases loaded,
Stanton
no out,
versus
playoff
Chapman.
G, and then
I couldn't sit for that. You had to stand up.
It was like he listened to our show yesterday, heard the praise, and said, "I'm going to look completely lost in the most critical playoff
Yeah.
at bat I've had in some time."
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
can we talk though?
Before, just
Sorry.
because we're on the close, like Chapman, you could see everything that we talked about, the bright lights, the failures, it was there, right? Because he had the disengagement that put a runner in scoring position in the 8th inning. So right away you're in the head. I thought the Yankees right there were going to take advantage and tie the
Volpe
game.
really messed with him.
And then 3 consecutive hits. So I'm thinking to myself, Stan's going to hit the ball to
A
Jersey.
mile. Yeah.
Because
yeah.
he's shot. Chapman's shot.
Done.
Yeah, because, again, the disengagement of the inning got out of that. Now 3 straight hits on 3 straight pitches. Like, he's cooked. We've seen this act before.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
give him credit. He got Stanton, and that's the problem with Stanton, right? Because for every great home run, there's an at-bat where you're like, not great. And then he's got the 2 lefties. The 2 lefties that weren't good enough to play one lefty wasn't good enough to play in the game because you had a lefty on the mound. And where does he come up? Because he had to go and play second base for defensive purposes. Now he ends up hitting a lazy fly ball, and then Grisham strikes out. Who, by the way, he's in the lineup. He can't hit lefties either, but he's in the lineup because they don't have a center fielder because Dominguez is somebody they don't trust to put in a spot. It's so maddening to not at least tie the game. I'm figuring this game's going to at least tie. The best chance the Red Sox have is to be able to win in extra innings, right? Because bases loaded, nobody out, Stanton's up.
Completely agree.
And it was earlier in the day. It was weird. Out of nowhere, during breakfast, Marco goes, "Daddy, can you show me a walk-off grand slam?" So I went to YouTube, and there's like an hour worth of game-winning grand slam home runs. I'm like, I almost wanted to wake him up, say, "You want to see one live?" Because
What's happening?
Stan's going to hit it to the moon.
No.
He's
Grand
going to hit
slam.
it to the moon.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, he struck out. Oh, my
Yep.
God. I can't believe it. Oh, my God. But you were I just wanted to get that out because
it's-
Chapman looked
there
like
are
he was fried.
There's so many little things about this game. But I'm going to go back to what I said at the beginning, which is that I don't criticize Boone for decisions that are out of his hands when it comes to lineup decisions. And also, you want your pitcher telling you, "No, take your ass back into the dugout. I'm good. I got this." Because I'm sure Boone probably wanted to hear that. Yeah, we have a plan. We have lanes, whatever the line is. But if I hear that from my ace and the way he's pitching, I'm like, all right, let's go. Now, he did say they talked about it in the dugout, like, get me Duran, and then we'll get each out. But you're putting in his head, like, all right, then we'll take you out. It's almost like, oh, I'm off the hook. No. Like, no, just keep going. Let's go. But anyway.
How you feel, buddy? You
Whatever
feel
you
good?
want,
Whatever it
skip is not the answer.
Whatever it is. But then what you said after the game, like, you're killing your manager there. But he did get outmanaged, strategy-wise. It's, to me, Alex Cora once again showed you that he plays chess. Because Sogard said after the game that they knew about Judge. Remember we talked about this a couple of weeks ago when Judge was going to get back? And I said, you watch. Because guys like Alex Cora, if they see Judge out there in the playoffs, they're going to test his arm. They're going to test him. And sure enough, that's what happened. Judge plays the ball, and Sogard decides, I'm not just taking a single. Let me see if this guy can throw one. And he said after the game, oh, yeah, we talked about this before the game. It was definitely something on their minds. If you have an opportunity to test Judge's arm, do it. And in the biggest moment of the game, he did it. And that led, of course, to the 2-run single that was following the next at-bat. You know, Weaver wasn't great. He threw a million change-ups. You could tell he wasn't confident. He was trying to battle. He had that, 11-pitch at-bat that he really battled that, or 20, actually. But he threw a ton of change-ups, threw one fastball, and it ended up being the game-changing hit. But Sogard making that play, forcing Judge to throw, and Judge one-hopping it to Volpe.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue.
That double was a gigantic play.
And it's not going to get better.
And it's because they were prepared for that moment. And that tells you a lot about how the Red Sox are managed.
And it's a different animal. Now, they did take 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox at Fenway during that gauntlet, but a lot of the Yankees' 8 straight wins came against what? Twins, Orioles, White Sox. Yeah. They're not thinking about testing Judge's arm. They're not trying to micromanage. They're just trying to get to the end of the season, right? They're going to try, don't get me wrong, but there's a reason why the Red Sox are in the playoffs. There's a reason why the Brewers are the best team in baseball. They're thinking. They know. They scout. It's a different animal. That's why I say take the analytics and wipe yourself with it. It's the postseason here, man. And this is what I want to watch. I'm giving this guy an 8-year contract. I know it's way more money and way more years than it's supposed to be because I want you to be here for this spot. I don't have Cole. You're my guy. And I'm thinking to try to get to Luke Weaver because of Lanes.
Yeah, Lanes. We got
Michael
Lanes.
made a great point when I was driving in. It's like if you asked Aaron Boone, forget about the analytics, throw him away, shut the computer off. Your life's on the line. Who do you want to get those final outs in the 7th inning? Your life's on the line. Here's a rifle to your forehead. Life's on the line. You want a taxed Max Fried or Luke Weaver? Come on. Honestly. Forget about Lane's analytics. Who do you want? And then if you lose, Peter, you go and you tell the press, you know what? He's Max Fried.
Yeah.
We just gave him an 8-year contract.
Yeah, did you watch him
He's
pitch?
going to win the American League Cy Young Award, maybe. Why did I leave him in?
Yeah.
It was you. Was it you in the group
He had
chat
6
yesterday?
strikeouts and he gave up 4 hits.
Was it Alan? I don't remember which of you it was. But in what other sport does this make sense?
Oh,
you
that
have
was
great.
Don.
Yeah, you have great players. You pull your goaltender. You tell your
Don was
quarterback,
paralyzed.
hey, Jaden, you've had a great day. You put up 400 yards.
Come on.
You've thrown the ball 45 times. Time to get Mariota in there,
Yeah,
my
the
guy.
analytics show that
Henrik,
if you throw the ball more than 35 times, every throw after 35, there's a 16% chance it's going to go incomplete. So we're going to take it out of here.
And bad enough, it might be intercepted.
Hank, you've been on your head tonight.
Well,
55 stops is too many.
Yeah, it's too many
Igor,
pucks. You've seen too many pucks.
You've seen too many. We got to switch down.
Let's bring in the backup.
The numbers say that your save percentage goes dramatically down after the 34th shot.
By the way,
All
there's
right,
a
so
chance
we're gonna pull you from the game.
There is a
Now.
chance those stats exist
No.
in all these sports. We'll never know because you'd have to be a psycho to listen to them.
But the funny thing that you just said there is that does exist because everything now is numbers.
Of course, they know.
That exists. There are percentages in the NBA about after your 15th field goal attempt.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, it's nuts, but it's true.
No.
But the problem is that no one's psycho enough when
Correct.
a guy is about to score
Luka,
50.
Luka.
Be like,
We see you're getting tired, Luka.
Yes.
We know you have 49.
Steph, that's your 12th three-point attempt.
But
It's
you know what?
only
You know where
in
that
this
comes
in?
sport.
Under
It's the
30%.
only in this
Right.
sport.
Real.
But the way it works in the NBA is, listen, we got the Grizzlies tonight. Go relax.
And by the way,
but once you get to the playoffs, that's because
A
once you
pitcher
get
doesn't
to the
throw
playoffs,
for 5 days.
once
But by the
you
way,
get to the playoffs,
I'm glad
all
you said
bets
it.
are off.
But I'm glad you said it because we rightfully at times beat up the NBA for the load management, and they deserve it. You would take the load management 10 times out of 10
Peter.
compared to in a playoff game,
A
not letting
pitcher-
your best
no,
players play.
But it's the opposite. In baseball, you need to keep playing. It's the long breaks between that actually hurt you.
Right.
But what do you
He gets 5 days
but-
off.
And then they
Jeez,
get.
you're going to be fine.
But then you get to when
oh
it
my God,
matters.
if he threw 10 more pitches to finish that inning,
He'd be dead.
That's it?
Dead,
Are we
Alan.
carrying him off the field?
Dead.
Because what are you saving them for?
It's like
if
Babe
you lose
Ruth, they'll put him in
tonight,
center field. We'll all come by, walk by the casket.
dude, you
Are you
can't. What are you
serious?
saving him for? This could be the last time he pitches all year. Their
Thank
season
you.
could be over tomorrow or Thursday. Jim Cott always said you'll get plenty of rest in November.
No,
And it's
October.
Apollo said, there is no tomorrow.
Thank you,
understand.
Apollo.
But Apollo's was scripted. Jim Cott
Really said it.
really said
But it doesn't
it.
make his
But
better.
And
Apollo,
he pitched.
the way
And take it-
Apollo said it, though, kind of resonated.
And take a
Come on.
look at Jim Cott's back of his baseball card.
Well.
Like the print's so fine because he played like 107
Yes.
years. You can't even read the
But
stats.
in all of every situation where your point that you just made, Don, is the most valid, the 3-game series, it's one moment and you're back. Do you know how I said this yesterday? I'll say it again. Do you guys know how tight that place is going to be today? You're now already feeling the season's over.
Don,
you had to risk it yesterday.
How many
yesterday
seasons?
was the day.
How many Jim Cott seasons can you guess? How many seasons?
I think he was probably,
Give me 22.
59.
Let's see. You got 22?
I'm going
Was his
22.
rookie year 59?
Rookie year was 59.
59,
Wow, look at you.
59 to 82. So how many years is
So
that?
you're going
82
a
is
little bit.
correct.
You're going 23.
Yeah, so that's
So it's
23.
23?
This is 25 here.
25.
25 years. How many games did he play?
150,000.
Appear.
Appearing.
I'm going to tell you, it's less than 1,000.
Oh my God! Well,
Less
the
than
20 because he had to have like so whatever 35 times 23 is something like that.
Yeah, so like 800 games.
898.
8-9. That's a hell of a career.
I just remember having Jim Cott's baseball card, and probably was still he was still playing.
What?
And I would ask my dad like this. I would look at it like I can't even read this. That's why I remember like. I was right, 59 to 82, right?
Yeah, I was very good.
Because I remember like
Who'd he start with? Who'd he end with? Come on.
Let's
keep the
twi-
Jim
I
Cott
think- well, he was a
trivia going.
senator.
He was a senator to begin his career, yeah.
Then he was a twin. He was a Philly. He was
Charger.
a Cardinal.
Ram.
White Sox,
Oh.
Philly, a Yankee for 2 minutes, cup of coffee, right? And then a Cardinal to finish it out. But that's crazy, man.
Yeah. So, and he said, you get plenty of rest in November. Now, you don't want to get these guys killed. I get it. But no, believe me, Fried was not taken out because of any other reason but your effectiveness after 100 pitches.
On paper.
And I would want to
on
be
paper.
on paper, but I want to be challenged. I mean,
But I don't like that.
I always said,
I'd want you to tell me no.
But isn't
I want the
sports-
ball. I'm winning this game.
Isn't sports supposed to be about going beyond the human limits, going beyond what we can do? The reason we watch professional athletes is because they can do what we can't do. And they can do better than anybody else that's played it at that level, that they can go farther, that they can go longer than anybody else because of their mentality. And that's why we love it, because these guys are sweating, they're limping to their position. And we love it because of how much they're putting into it. That's something that's championships, not going to guys on the bench to kind of relieve the other guys. Yes, sometimes it makes sense to have Weaver come in for a starting pitcher, even though Weaver isn't as good as the starting pitcher. But you're telling me after 102 pitches that Luke Weaver is a better option against 8-9 in the seventh inning than Max Fried?
That's true,
Come
too.
on,
it was
man.
it was the bottom of the order.
It's the 8-9
All right.
hitters.
Do you question Fried at all here? Do you
Yes,
at least say, because then in the clubhouse, you can't be throwing
Let
your
me ask
manager
you
on the
this.
bus. Did you fight for your
Let me
cause?
ask you
Did you
this.
want to stay?
I don't know all the information. For all I know, he's pinned Boone up against the wall, and it still doesn't matter. Like, is it just like you're going to do whatever you want anyway, Coach? So, but I just think all I'm letting the world know is I did not want to come out of that game. How many times we see a pitcher, fire the ball into the hand of the manager? Just you could see he's disgusted that he was taken. I didn't see that.
No.
I saw a guy resign to the fact that this is just the way baseball
He
is
knew
right
this
now.
was his last batter. He
And-
knew Boone would be coming out, and he took his ovation.
Now,
While
again,
the other pitcher stayed in and bulldogged for another 2 innings. That's what he did.
And there can't be anything in athletics, and you played at a pretty high level, is nothing can make you more sick, I would think, than knowing you had more to give and didn't. Like, he looks across the field
I
and he
live with that
says,
every day.
Crochet gave everything he had, threw 15 more pitches than I did, and his team won. And I had more to give, and I didn't give it. That would make me sick that I couldn't. Now, if I went out there and I failed, well, then I failed. I gave it my best shot. But to know that I had bullets in the gun and I didn't fire them and we lost, that would make me sick.
It has to. But why would you in the clubhouse after the game when asked, could you have gone more?
And you got to make it known to
Leave
the world
it on-
and God
You
that
gotta-
I'm not on board with this. And that, to me, galvanizes a team
you
more than
can't say
separates it.
there
Is there-
after you lose.
Now, you don't want to show up your manager. I get that. But you know what? Maybe it shows up your manager. Maybe it shows up the organization. But you don't think the rest of his teammates rally around the fact that he wasn't going to come out of that game? Like Jazz right now, you could say he's a jerk for not turning around to the media, but I'm sure everybody in that locker room felt his pain. I'm a 30 for 30 guy, and I was treated like a busher that couldn't come into the game until they needed defense in the 8th inning.
Can't hit lefties. Look at his splits, by the way, but he can't hit lefties. But you know what? Conversely, you know what they're saying about Crochet in Boston? Pedro-like performance.
Right. He's a god.
Inspiring performance. That's what you do when you're serious about winning. The Yankees felt like they weren't really serious about winning. They were serious about winning their way.
And I hate that. 1-800-919-3776. Got a big show. Booger McFarland's going to join us for his weekly spot at 4. We've got a list at 4:30.
Oh, this is
Take you right
controversial.
up until 6. At that time, it's Yankees and the Red Sox right here. Hahn Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Hey, let me ask you something. Would you seat your 3-year-old child on a windowsill? Would you seat them beside a lit fireplace or by the deep end of a pool? One last question. Would you seat your child in a car seat that's not correct for them? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Secure their future. Seat them in the correct car seat. For more information, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
John Ryan.
Yeah, Dad.
I think I came up with a killer slogan for our law firm. D'Agostino and Associates, bite back.
Bite back?
Yeah. When someone hurts you, you bite back. We'll be the law firm that bites back.
Dad, that's brilliant. Accident victims, call D'Agostino and Associates and bite back. Hey, we could even put a big vicious dog on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, and Rottweilers on buses.
Hey, how about a toll-free number?
What are you thinking?
You know, like 1-800-BITE-BACK.
1-800-BITE-BACK. That's brilliant.
But what if people hear fight back?
Easy. I'll spell it out for them, like 1-800-BITE, back. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Love it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
All this talk about biting back got me hungry.
Me too. Want to grab lunch?
Sure. Hey, how about a jingle?
You mean like D'Agostino, law, bite back?
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. Good afternoon. We've got Game 2 of the Wild Card Series. Yanks taking on the Red Sox again in the Bronx. If you're getting a jump start already using the inbound George, just about a 5 to 10 minute ride for the upper deck. Deegan already packed both up and down, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. And keep in mind, you don't want to backdoor it using the Willis Avenue Bridge. Early this morning, a partial building collapse on Alexander Avenue. Lots of closures on 138th. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels not too bad, about 5 to 10 minutes each. Over in Nassau County, Northern State eastbound, jammed. It's a crash in the left lane right before the Wantagh. Solid slowdowns go back to the Meadowbrook. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installation with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, boys,
I like when he holds it.
Yankees try to avoid elimination in Game 2 of their series with the Red Sox. Coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6 o'clock. All of the other wild card games can be heard on 1050, including the Guardians and the Tigers. They're in the 7th, tied at 1. Padres, Cubs, top 2. Padres are up 1-0. And the Reds lost 10-5 to the Dodgers last night, so the Dodgers
been the
are up
Mets.
1 game tonight.
Should have been the Mets.
Well,
Reds
both
don't
of them would
belong
be
there,
smoked
man.
by the Dodgers. The Reds don't belong.
They don't belong there.
But that's what I'm saying. The
Too
Mets
bad.
tracked them down the other way. But that's baseball, Susan. Not a lot of runs being scored. Not a lot of runs outside of what
You
happened
mean
with the
starting
Dodgers and
pitching
Reds.
is important?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Who have ever seen anything like this?
Yeah.
So you're saying runs come in a premium in the playoffs?
They
you're
do,
saying?
unless it's Chavez Ravine. But again, the Reds are playoff adjacent. And I would say the same if the Mets were there too, although I wish they were. But that third wild card in the National League, not good, Bob. Let's get to the phone calls. A lot of people red hot. Some even want to defend Boone, including Matt in Nashville. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Matt?
Hey, guys. I will start off. I'm not the biggest Boone supporter during his tenure in New York, but last night I think it had a lot more to do with how the players played rather than Boone's managerial decisions. Would have liked to see Jazz in the game, but, I mean, Rosario's been awesome against lefties, so I understand that. You could say put him at third, but he's not quite a defender that McMahon and Caballero are. So, like, with the Free getting so many ground balls to third, like, I understood that. I would have rather seen McMahon over Caballero third just for his defense, but for bat purposes, I don't think it makes one difference or the other. As far as taking Fried out, I mean, I don't think it has as much to do with the pitch count as it has to do with his results. I mean, you watch Crochet, he was at 100, 110, 117, but he was mowing guys down. I mean, the first 4 innings, Fried was awesome. Then after that, it just kind of seemed like he, out of nowhere, just started to lose a little bit of command.
He battled.
He was opening up in his delivery. He was leaving everything outside in the right-hander batter's box. I didn't hate the decision because I just didn't feel confident with his ability to control the ball as much anymore at that point, and Weaver didn't get the job done.
I go batter to batter, and he got the big out from Duran, and then you're facing 8-9, and let him face the 8th batter, and if he walks him, then maybe you pull the plug. But, Matt, you're right. If Weaver goes out there and does his job, this isn't a conversation. And Boone looks like he's got the pulse of the team, and he made the right decision. Weaver didn't execute. He walks a guy, it was 0-2, whose batting average when he's 0-2, or on base percentage is like less than 200 when he's got 2 strikes, and you walked him.
Wasn't that at bat? That was a long at bat.
That was the long at bat from
11
Rafael.
pitches, right?
That was the long one.
Yeah.
But it's always about the execution of the players, for sure. But you've got to convince me that a taxed Fried still isn't better than Weaver, who had not had a great season. And also, you're coming in the middle of an inning. I thought you didn't like to do that. There was nobody on, but he didn't start the inning.
You have Max Fried, right? Just play that when he was asked about how he felt.
Yeah. Did you feel tired?
I definitely exerted a lot of energy trying to get out of that, but I definitely, had enough in the tank for whatever the team needed. Boone was confident to be able to give the ball to Weave in that situation.
All right, so he's not fresh.
And he's like, the other thing he said was, I'm going to stay until they take the ball from me.
Well, he took the ball.
Okay. I'll say this: his tone that he gave me, it didn't. I'm trying to think of like the movie comparison, like the old grizzled vet of like out of my cold dead hands.
Yeah,
it didn't give that.
Yeah.
I can't say he gave me that sort of confidence, but he would have done what they needed him to do.
On being pulled.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely felt felt good at the end. Yeah, coming out feeling good.
Would you have liked to have stayed in longer?
I mean, I'm gonna stay in until I get the ball taken from me. I want to pitch as long as I possibly can, and when the ball gets taken out of my hands, that's what it is.
Max, did you feel like you had more left?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely felt good. Felt like I whatever the team needed.
See, that's why I don't like it. I don't like that.
Because he would have. That was the moment where he could have said, truthfully, it was the right time. But instead he said, no, I felt good.
No, I'll go as long as I need to be. Yeah, I felt fine. And, okay, did you see my next question would be, did you voice that opinion to Boone? Did you make that clear to him when he came out to you and said, no, I'm good?
I hate to do this, the pop psychologist kind of feel, but he's saying all the right things, right? Because you don't want to throw your manager under the bus.
Well, he did.
But, just be like, hey, he came and took the ball from me. I had a little left, but I was a little tired. He didn't sound angry. He didn't sound like a guy that was ticked off. Like, you could still say all the things that he said, but in a tone that makes you feel like you're just really disgusted.
Yeah.
Like, I felt I had a little, I do what the manager tells me to do. He took
now,
the
you
ball
got to know
from
his
me, but
personality. His personality also isn't like that, right? His personality is not a guy that's going to be demonstrative.
I don't know him that well.
No, he doesn't.
Wasn't here,
but he doesn't
very
do
long.
that. It was a shock the one inning when he got out of it on a strikeout and he came off the mound and he gave you a little bit of a roar that's you don't see him
I know,
do
but a
stuff
professional
like
athlete that's not allowed to finish what he started. A professional athlete that's taken out of a game and he's telling people, I had something left.
Yeah, I don't like
and
that.
The person that replaced you failed. That would anger me.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I'm not angry at anybody in particular, I'm just still angry. I still have something left. My season could be over. This isn't some game in April against the White Sox. It's game 1 of the playoffs. You're facing elimination tonight or tomorrow. That might be the last pitch he throws until next March in anger. And to know that there were still throws that he had and he couldn't use them, and the next time he's going to throw a meaningful game is going to be in late March next year against the San Francisco Giants. Maybe he will get another opportunity. And if you're a Yankee fan, you hope that opportunity is going to come in the next round, and he'll have a few more opportunities.
Can I ask you guys a question?
But you don't know that.
Can I ask you something about last night's ball game, Don?
Sure.
I was sort of watching it from multiple locations across my apartment, dealing with baby stuff at the same time.
Sure.
Is it me, or was there like a pretty audible pop every time the Red Sox did something at Yankee Stadium? Was that me?
Oh, no, they had a crowd.
It was loud.
They had a crowd. No question.
Okay, because I multiple times thought something good. I'm bathing the baby.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh! And I run out expecting to see the Yankees, and I'm like, wait, that was a 2-run single for the...
They got in the building, despite the fact that apparently the Yankees tried to shut down ticket sales from the Massachusetts area code and zip code.
Yeah.
Not so much.
No, listen, the Red Sox travel, man.
Well, and they're here.
Yeah, they're in town.
They just live here. Yeah, I mean, this is...
Well, there's a couple of Red Sox
the
bars
combo,
too.
Yeah. Same with Yankee fans in Boston, obviously.
Well, these are two... This is why Major League Baseball salivates for this matchup, because I am sure, and I didn't look at the ratings, this is going to crush every other series.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's going to be it'll grow because the next round will be
speaking of crush, I didn't see the late game, but it certainly did crush in length the first 2 games of the day. When did this finish? 9:30.
This was a 3:04.
3:04.
3 hours.
Which for Yankee Red Sox,
it was only 3:04 in the end.
Just slightly over 3 hours. Yeah.
Because I looked at it was 9 o'clock, but I guess it didn't start till 6:10.
6:10. Yeah. So you're not getting it, but still, the first 2 were 2.5.
Yeah, it still crushed those.
So you're still
no
by
runs
a half
are being
hour.
scored. No pitchers are really coming out of the game. Let's go to Robbie in Lenox, Massachusetts. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. Peter, Happy New Year. It's driving me crazy, guys. I got to definitely vent here. All right, you there?
I'm here. Go for it.
Okay, guys. Okay, let's start by talking about this as an organizational problem that's been going on under Brian Cashman, okay? I could start with the sitting of Jazz Chisholm and Ben Rice, who've been the hottest hitters on the team. What are you going to do, sit Paul O'Neill and go, oh, yeah, Paul O'Neill and Chuck Knobloch are sitting tonight because there's a left-handed guy in the mound. You go with your guys who go in there. You did something you haven't done all year. Don, I know you're the king of the rants on this station, okay? And by the way, congratulations on the Devils broadcaster. We'll miss you on the other side of MSC. But, Don, you can't do that. You play up the guys guys you live with, okay? And here's what drives me crazy. The decision to take out Fried, why are you not walking Bregman with first base open, you dummy? Okay, how about that move? Okay, how about not using Caballero in a pinch running situation in the ninth inning because you wasted him in the starting lineup when you could have put him or Dominguez at third base. You could have put Dominguez, in the pinch run for Goldschmidt. Maybe Dominguez is on third base with the next hit, and maybe he's home on a single by Bellinger. It's asinine baseball, and it's been going on too long. Aaron Boone is always one step behind everybody. He's always – how about Nestor Cortez last year? It should have ended on that.
Well, again, it's
this
Lane's.
is an organizational problem, guys.
No,
It's
dude,
an
I'm glad you
organizational
said
problem.
that because
That's good stuff.
This is all the
It's a
way
hell
the
of a call.
organization does it. And should Boone push back? Because he's got the final say. Listen, the Red Sox are analytically driven too, but you get a sense that Corey gets a feel for the game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Red Sox said, we probably shouldn't let him go 117. We probably got to take him out of the game. But Cora feels, hey, listen, this is our stud. We went out and acquired him for a reason. I am going to be the final say. And he got it right. And he's obviously got a pedigree, and he's got the backing of his organization. Maybe Boone either completely 100% agrees with everything or doesn't feel he's got the backing. And why should he? They let Joe Girardi go after losing Game 7 of the League Championship Series because they wanted a guy that was going to be of like mind. And obviously Girardi wasn't. And a lot of people felt why that was the end of Torrey, too, because he was not of like mind. So there's enough evidence that Boone says if I'm defiant and I fail, I might be out of a job. And he doesn't want to be out of a job. The one thing I'll push back about Rice, same conversation happened in 2009, remember? When Jorge had to sit because he didn't catch A.J. Burnett, right?
Yeah, that decision wasn't about
that there's a lot that goes into it because of who's pitching.
Yeah.
But Jazz, we said it yesterday. He's a 30 for 30 guy. How do you sit a regular?
And by the way,
in the biggest game of the year.
And another piece. We said this 2 weeks ago, Alan. He may be the only, zhuzh, the spark, he has more swag than anyone on that team. He's a guy you want around and motivated. Let's be honest, he was probably pouting all day.
Absolutely.
You want that guy up and into it and motivated, not down.
Yeah. So he gets to play in the playoffs again, and I got to sit. Yeah,
thanks. I'll come in at the end of the game with Aroldis Chapman throwing 101 miles an hour.
Yeah. No, you could see it, and that's why I said the clubhouse was where I was more concerned. It was almost as if what Jazz is telling you and what you're seeing is a team that's like, they don't trust us. They trust the numbers. They don't trust us.
And that takes the human element out of it and the emotion out of it.
Frustrating.
And that's tough. 1-800-919-3776. Plenty of calls to get to. Booger McFarland, his weekly spot at 4. Our list at 4:30. Take you up until 6, and it's Yankees Red Sox here on ESPN New York.
There's nothing the voice in our head obsesses over like our health. But with over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help answer the questions like, why am I so tired all the time? How can I get better sleep? My friend was telling me about magnesium gummies she takes. How do I even know if my heart is work stress affected? It's time to up my cardio. If my mom has something, how would I find out? It's time to get some blood work done. A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
Jets football once again returns to MetLife Stadium. See your New York Jets face off against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday, October 5th at 1 p.m., presented by Atlantic Health System.
Play action, bootleg out to the right, Justin Fields, and he will trot into the end zone with a misdirection touchdown.
Get your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey! My dad is bringing home the best birthday cake ever!
It was my 5th birthday, and my dad was bringing home the cake.
Should have been here a half hour ago.
The cake never made it, and neither did my dad. That was the day a drunk driver killed my dad.
Daddy?
Impaired drivers take lives. Think.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee. Aired in cooperation with the New York State Broadcasters Association.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has all the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats right at your fingertips, get personalized parlays built just for you, and with your fantasy teams synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Welcome to Only Murders in the Building,
the official podcast.
Join me, Michael Cyril Creighton, as we go behind the scenes with some of the amazing actors, writers, and crew from season 5.
The audience should never stop suspecting anything.
How can you not be funny crawling around on a coffin? No, that's true.
Catch Only Murders in the Building official podcast, premiering September 9th wherever you get your podcasts. And watch Only Murders in the Building, streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team.
Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
1-800-919-3776. Dive back into these phone calls. Let's go to Vinny on Staten Island. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Vin?
What's up, guys? By this whole Aaron Judge era, Boone is going to cost the Yankees 2 or 3 World Series. I mean, I coach 13-year-old baseball, and my pitches go longer than these guys. 6 innings, 100 pitches. Nobody's getting hurt.
But you really think that's Boone? You really think Boone's making the call there?
Absolutely.
He's part of it. I think he's part of it, but I don't think he's the be-all, end-all.
Nobody's getting hurt if they throw 135 pitches, 140
It's not
pitches.
hurt.
Guys,
They're not worried about injury. What they're worried about is effectiveness. They believe after 100 pitches, you're not the same pitcher. I disagree with that. I think it's ridiculous, but that's how they
Greg
think.
Maddux, Nolan Ryan.
It's over.
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
this guy is caught. He doesn't move runners over. I mean, it's just he's going to cost them 2 or 3 World Series before all said and done.
I don't want to be that guy, Vinny, but baseball has now taken the joy out of criticizing managers because all these things are they have meetings.
Mm-hmm.
The analytic guys all spit out numbers. Here's how this has got to get handled. Now, Boone agrees with all of that. Why do you think Joe Girardi's gone? Joe Girardi took a team that nobody believed was a playoff team and got them to Game 7 of the League Championship Series, had won a ring, and was let go. Why? Because he didn't buy into these reindeer games. They didn't renew Joe Torre's contract. Had nothing to do with blowing the 3-0 series lead against the Red Sox. Didn't matter. That wasn't the midges in Cleveland. It was because they decided they were going to play the analytic game, and Joe Torre wasn't going to have it. Boone would. And if for some reason they decided to throw chum to you and make you feel good that Boone was fired, they'd bring in the exact same guy. He'd look a little different, talk a little different, but it'd be the same thing.
And you know who it won't be? Alex Cora. T. Jones on Twitter said that Boone would have taken the mic from Don before he got to the Tully time part of the read.
Come on. That's right. It would take me out of the best part of the rant. We would have never gotten you know. We know. You would never gotten we know. You would never got Crane Pool.
Oh, no.
I would never got the Crane Pool. I would never gotten to the point.
Don,
Somebody else.
Rest your voice.
You got to save it.
I'd be screaming, and then all of a sudden there'd be another voice that would said, Ed Crane Pool. Well, you know why? Because we've done the analytics, and
if it
when
was Luke
Don
Weaver,
goes more than 3 minutes, he sometimes he
falls
loses
off.
focus. So we wanted to bring somebody else in. So I would have got a tap on the shoulder,
By
and
the way-
Peter would have went, Ed Crane Pool.
By the way, you can start applying this to people's sex lives, too. We know that Tuesday through Friday, we know not your best. We're going to have to call and go to the bullpen.
Don't say
How many
it,
spouses
but,
would go for that?
I kind of went there.
You know what? There'd be a lot of upside here.
I kind of went there on my text thread.
What?
You did.
You did?
No, you more than kind of went there,
missed
Don.
that?
You went there. You went all the way there.
When
If you're asking if you missed it, the answer is yes.
I did
clearly
miss it.
did.
Yeah, no, Alan.
I was
you
not
missed
in a
it.
good place.
Alan, you
I
missed it.
because you're the one that's easily offended out of all
It's
of
not
us.
offended. It's aggressive. That one was more up your alley.
But it was right in the wheelhouse of what was going on, and I was trying to think of a blue analogy.
Oh, it's very blue.
Is it a good
How did I miss that?
Is it a good one?
It's very good. Can I?
No, you can't.
Anthony, can I?
You can find a way to do it, but not the way he said
If you could do it in under 20 seconds. Fitting, I guess.
It would be as if, let me put it this way. It would be as if Peter North is wrapping up a scene and he goes, you know what, I got to sit. I
Right.
can't do the end. And they go, that's what you're here for,
But
sir.
he said it's about Boone, though.
What are you attempting to do?
No. The best way I can say it, if anybody, it's one of my favorite movies.
No one should try any more than I just tried.
Right.
Don't you agree, Anthony?
We could say it.
It's one of my favorite movies.
You usually get overruled.
And so maybe other people will disagree, but if you've seen this movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. Boogie Nights.
We know you're. Oh, who listening didn't know you were about
Right,
to
I was going to say
reference
Boogie Nights because it also matches what we were talking about.
Right,
And it's
of
like,
course.
well, can we use stock footage? It won't match.
Right.
It's kind of like that.
It's like that. You know what? That was safer than I expected.
That was a lot safer.
That's fine.
And now you can wrap your mind around where I was going. Or something else, if you like.
Oh, my God.
Let's see. You said we got sound there? What do we got?
What about Aaron Boone asked
Okay.
if he saw Jazz's postgame comment?
Oh, because, of course, Jazz not looking at the cameras, fiddling with his hangers in the locker room, clearly not happy with the decision of not starting, and certainly not happy flying out in the ninth inning. Boone, did you see Chisholm's postgame comments?
I did see it. Look, every player's not going to agree with every decision that I have to make, and that's okay. I try and help make them understand my thought process and what I'm thinking, and I did that with Jazz. He is a guy that wears his emotions on his sleeve, so it wasn't necessarily how I handled it, but then again, I don't need him to put a happy face on it. I need him to go out and play his butt off for us tonight, and that's what I expect to happen.
I give Boone credit. He could have said we, and no one would have blinked.
Right.
He said, I made a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Decisions I have to
So
make.
you can understand the fans like, hey, you're owning these things, but we know the inner workings of this organization, and it's collaborative, believe me. Let's go to Peter in Brooklyn. You're on ESPN New York. Hi, Peter.
Hey, boys.
What do you
Hey,
got?
how's it going? Long time. First off, Peter, if I'm saying this correctly, Gamar Katima Tova to you.
Oh, thank you.
Was that?
I mean, Tova at the end is good, but I don't know what the whole first part was. But I take it as related to Happy Holiday, Happy New Year, Good Fast, something like that.
Well, basically, may your fate be sealed in good luck for the next year.
Oh, thank you very much. Can you say it one more time?
Gamar Katima Tova.
Gamar Katima Tova. Okay, thank you. I appreciate this very much. I'm going to run this by Natalie later and see what she says.
Yeah, that'll run by it later. I'm forgetting my Yankee point. Alan, may your son forgive me for ratting him out months ago when I pointed out he didn't pick you up from the airport that time.
He's over it.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Okay.
Good. Anyway, with the Yankees last night, it's like, look, you got to hit more than just a single here and there. You know, I'm not putting it on Judge, but it's like we need more than that. And I just thought at the end, like, oh, great, how fitting Aroldis Chapman could put us out.
And did almost everything he could to not get it done. I mean, that's as rattled as I've seen him, and he got through it. Crazy. 3 straight singles on 3 straight pitches.
I know.
And then got out of it.
Imagine, the Red Sox fans must have been sweating bullets for about 5 seconds. And then once the Stanton at bat started.
Then you can kind of see.
Honestly, Don, it was only a couple pitches in. I went, he doesn't look confident here.
It almost like on those 3, you almost felt like Judge and Bellinger knew exactly what he was going to throw. Like when you see a first pitch hit, like his party is like, that might be a little selective here. We got a runner on. I'm representing the tying run. It was like, bang, first pitch, get on it. Like so, but Stanton just didn't have it, and then once he faced the lefties, the Yankees were pretty much cooked.
Can I just checked it.
Yeah.
Jazz career against Crochet was 0 for 4 in 5 plate appearances with 3 strikeouts.
All right.
Very small sample size.
Very small sample size.
Caballero going into the game, he was 0 for 3 last night with a strikeout. Going into the game, he was 0 for 7 in 8 plate appearances with 5 strikeouts.
Well, you know what the problem is?
Like, again, just the math didn't math for me.
What was Grisham's numbers? I'm sure they were awful, too.
That's a good point.
But they didn't have a center fielder to put in because they didn't want to put in Dominguez.
And so Caballero had to play third because they didn't want to play McMahon, right?
Is Crochet not one of the best pitchers in baseball? Everybody's numbers probably stink, right? What are you going to do? You got to put somebody in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And how about putting the guy then? He's been my second or short or third baseman all year long. He's a 30 for 30 guy.
I don't trust him. Yeah, Grisham was 0 for 3.
Right, and he continued that, because every lefty against Crochet is going to have bad numbers for sure, for the most part.
And he was 0 for 4. Oh, no, wait, Grisham. 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, no, it was not good. But they didn't have. Would Dominguez have done any worse? All right, we'll get more to your calls coming up, but we're going to do a little football because it's our weekly spot with Booger McFarland coming up next year on ESPN New York.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Ballybet Sportsbook. Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new Parlay Zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus, New York only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino. Download it.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Put it in the box. This is your radio home for New York Mets baseball. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
4 o'clock at the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Another 2 hours. Take up till 6. That time we'll hand it off to Yankees, Red Sox.
Did you hear the morning show? Well, Dave specifically.
I did listen, but I'm not sure.
Thrilled about the idea that we're done at 6, and he had to do a full show this morning. He had a rant that I've never heard him hit that level.
I don't understand what he means.
He was just angry. He said Don's driving all over New Jersey. Peter's going to wherever.
Well, what is it? How do we choose? But like they're on in the morning.
I know. I don't know.
You don't get ranted in the morning very often.
Something snapped in Dave this morning.
Well, I want to hear that.
And he had a rant like I've never heard him reach this level.
Would we be able to get that, Anthony?
He did what?
All right, we're going to have that. But first, we don't want to keep our guest waiting too long. And
he's
our weekly spot on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. And it's Booger McFarland. How are you guys? What's going on? Booger?
What's going on, fellas? Yo, how we doing?
Good, man. We have a football season on one side of MetLife Stadium and unfortunately not too much on the other. So let's start with the good. What did you think of Jackson Dart's debut as a starter in the NFL?
Well, I thought the obvious. Like, he brought some juice to the team. I thought you could see the defense play with a little more energy. I think everyone. I mean, Brian Daboll's face after the game when he was almost headbutting Jackson Dart kind of told you exactly how he was thinking. It told you how he was thinking, how the team was thinking. He didn't play perfect. He didn't play well. But I think you see the element that he can bring with the legs, the athleticism, the fearlessness. I thought it was everything you could expect in a rookie. And now you have something to build off of going forward.
When you see Dexter Lawrence just chugging down the sideline, and he's taken out by a quarterback, how did you feel yourself as a defensive tackle?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, let's talk about the best athlete on the field, tipping the ball, catching it, and then running 35 yards down the field. That's number one. Number two, he got, it's kind of a punk move when you try to tackle a big guy low. So he got tackled low. I'm not going to hold that against him because we want guys to hit us up top, and then we can run them over. But I'm not going to hold it against him that he got tackled. It almost took me back, when I was in high school, and it just goes to show you how long ago this has been. When I was running down the sideline and I didn't get caught, I stepped out of bounds. And so I started having flashbacks when it came to that.
You have a touchdown to your credit, though, right?
I have several. Please
several.
Don't disrespect
Wait,
me like
I see one. I checked. I did my research before you came on, and I saw defensive touchdowns, one, and I'm trying to find it. So you had a couple then.
So at LSU, I played fullback on some situations, and I caught a little fullback in the flat. The touchdown in the NFL was a sack caused fumble touchdown of the one Michael Vick down in the old Georgia Dome. So yes, I have 2 touchdowns to my resume, sir.
Wow. Nice. And Michael Vick is, we're talking about somebody that's not easy to catch.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you are talking to a supreme athlete. I know you wouldn't recognize one,
at one time.
At any time,
certainly at one time. But I loved it as a Giant fan. Is it sustainable? Like, I understand you're trying to get the win, but at some point, I don't want another RG3 where he's throwing his body around and getting hurt. So do you think you'll start to see it open up more, and how difficult is that going to be with Neighbors gone for the year?
Well, Neighbors being gone is obviously a bummer kind of on the day. Otherwise, which was a really good day. I think that goes without saying. This is the new age of quarterback, though, guys. Like, we can talk about RG3, and RG3 was probably a 50-50 runner, maybe give or take a little bit. I think Jackson Dart is more 75-25, 80-20. So I don't think you have to worry about that, but you're not going to take it away. And Jackson Dart's pretty big. Like, if you just look at him, like I've seen him, like he's built very he's built pretty thick downstairs as far as his lower body and the hips and the calves and the thighs. So he can take some punishment. But to your point, you don't want your quarterback getting hit 10 times a game. But I don't think he's going to be hit like that because just because he's not going to run that much. Don't think of him as, RG or some Michael Vick. Like, he's not that. He's more Josh Allen. Think about how many times Josh Allen runs. Like, you wouldn't tell Josh Allen not to run because when he does, it's a dynamic part of his game, even though he doesn't do it often, and he probably does it more in the big games, in the playoffs, than any other time. So I think that's how Jackson Dart's going to be.
Now, you said a couple of interesting, subtle things at the beginning, Booger. You said you didn't think he played, particularly well, and you thought it was a burst of energy. We had some callers on Monday who were like, we found our guy. And while I'm not trying to rain on the parade, all I saw, Booger, was I'd like to see a bit more. I don't think we saw enough. They certainly coached a game for Dart that allowed you to believe there could be something. But did you see anything from a talent standpoint that made you say, oh, they really might have the dude, or just need to see a bit more?
I'm going to put this in your wheelhouse and see if I can knock it out of the park.
All right.
I think what he did is eventually he's going to be a quarterback that's going to make an album, right? Like a whole 12 to 15 song album.
Okay.
And I think the first thing we saw the other day was we saw a guy come out and lay down a really good first beat. He didn't put the words to it. He didn't, make a Grammy Award winner, but he laid down a beat that made you bob your head, and you were like, okay, I can get with this. I can see this. That's what he did in my book. Now, we're a long way from the album, and we're a long way from the Grammys.
I like
but
this.
But to me, he put it in a spot where you started bobbing your head, and you're like, okay, I want to hear the next track.
But that also means, Booger, there's a chance that he starts rapping and you go, no. Save this for college radio.
Hey, you know what? There's always that chance, but right now you're bobbing your head and you're like, okay, on to the next track.
All right.
That's a good parallel. You know what? Jackson Dart is a first-round pick, but he overshadows the higher pick that the Giants made in Abdul Carter. I felt like despite the fact he didn't get a sack, he really impacted the game, putting him on the edge. I think he got to the quarterback a ton of times and just shook things up with that Chargers offense. Do you think when it comes to hitting in the draft, Abdul Carter, especially when you have Burns, you have Thibodeau, but it was the first time he really jumped off the page as an NFL player. Did he get overshadowed by Dart in that game?
Well, I don't know if he got overshadowed, because I think the reason the Giants dominated the game, so to speak, was because of the defensive line. Dexter Lawrence, Burns, Carter, and let's face it, I don't think anybody is under the impression that the Giants are going to be able to keep all those guys and pay them. So eventually, You got Burns, he's got his money, Dexter's got his money. I think, people are thinking Abdul can come out, and eventually Abdul is going to kind of take Thibodeau's spot, right? Like, you're not going to be able to have all these dudes and put every resource in the defensive line. Like, you got to pay other people. And so as long as you have this group together, which I think is only going to be this year, maybe one more, they should dominate. Like, I thought the Kansas City game was going to be as close as it was because of the Giants' defensive line, and it would have been even closer had Russell been able to hit the side of a barn. Now, I think going forward, the number one thing that the Giants have to do defensively is they have to say, you can't block us. And then now you can build your entire defense off of that. And it should be able to be a really, really good defense. They got to stop the run. I get that. We got to stop the run. Yeah. Okay, no problem. Stopping the run is just math, right? You need 8. They have 7 to block. You have 1 free guy to make the tackle. It's just a little football lesson for you guys. Stopping the run is purely math. If you can add, if you can add 2 and 2 and get 4, you can stop the run. You can be a defensive coordinator that can stop the run. But once they do that, then they should be able to dominate rushing the passer, because nobody in the league has 4 guys when you talk about Carter, Burns, Thibodeau, and Dexter Lawrence. And they got the young rookie, right, from Toledo. He's coming along, right?
Yeah.
What's his name? I think he's a defensive tackle, whatever. Like they got a bunch of guys. I think they should be able to dominate and rush the passer.
When it comes to the Jets, and I know It's probably like this sad part of the conversation in New York now.
Womp womp.
But I don't think in your career you've even experienced anything close to this. But what does Aaron Glenn have? What lies ahead for him at this point at 0-4?
Well, if he's establishing the culture, and I keep bringing it up every time I talk to you guys, then I think what lies ahead is to continue to try to weed out the guys that are causing the issues, right? Now, fumbling is not like a culture issue. Fumbling is something like everybody fumbles. Derrick Henry fumbles. Derrick Henry is one of the hardest working guys we know. So fumbling is not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about the penalties, the pre-snap penalties, the not lining up in the right spot. He's got to start to weed those guys out who continually do that. And then eventually, once he gets his core guys doing the right thing, I think the tide will change. I'm not deterred by 0-4. What I am deterred by is some of the mistakes. I think, and if I were you guys, I would just go back and look. Go back and look at Dan Campbell's first couple years.
Oh, yeah.
It looked terrible, but look at it now. You got to pour the foundation before you build a house, guys. We all want to move into Hahn's mansion where we got, the man cave and all that. Right. We all want to get there, but at some point, you got to build the foundation on those 5 acres, and then you start to go vertical with the house.
Do you think
3 acres?
3 acres. Do you think because it's 0-4. Do you think there's been moments where he's now realizing it might be a lot harder than he thought it was going to be?
Sure. I think that, Aaron, having played, Aaron understands how the NFL works. I don't think he ever thought it was going to be easy. I think his mentor, Bill Parcells, and probably one of his closest friends, Dan Campbell, have kind of told him that it's a long road. Do I think he expected to have a win in the first 4? Sure, I'll give you that. Like, nobody says we're going to go 0-4. But in the end, I don't think he's as concerned with the record right now as he is with the process, if that makes sense. Like Nick Saban says it best. I'm not concerned with the outcome. I'm more infatuated with the process, because if I get the process right, the outcomes will take care of themselves. Right now, I think he's trying to get the process situated. He's trying to do it with a quarterback I don't think anybody thinks is going to be the long-term solution. So now you are trying to do it in a kind of a patchwork form. But I do think their best players have to play better. Quinnen Williams has got to dominate. Sauce Gardner has got to dominate. Like, your better players have to start to play that way. And if he's not demanding that, and I'm not saying he's not, but I guarantee he is, when you get in the meeting room, you got to circle Quinnen Williams. You got to circle Sauce Gardner. If and when they do something wrong, or they're not hustling or giving the maximum effort or whatever it is, you got to call out your best players, which I have no doubt, because I've seen Aaron Glenn. He met somebody on the hash mark the other night and chewed them a you-know-what. Mm-hmm. And so that's the kind of coach that you're getting. And I think as a fan, as somebody that covers a team, that's what you want. Like, you want a guy like that that's going to demand greatness. And if you continue to demand it from the players and coaches, eventually I think he'll get it.
Booger, it's always great to talk to you. We'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Guess what? That's why if they don't stop it, their ass is going to be at home tonight.
Listen, Boog, don't you also think as the pitcher you should say no? As the pitcher you should say no. No, go back to the dugout. I got this. Don't you want to get a little pushback from that's your ace. He's just giving them the ball and walking off the mound. We've seen guys push back. We've seen guys like CeCe Sabathia, Garrett Cole. They've said, no, go back. I got this. He just gave the ball and walked off the mound.
Well, Garrett Cole is the ace. That's number one. And whether you push back or not is going to be determined by your personality. So certain guys have that personality. Kershaw's got that type of personality. Yeah. CeCe's got that. Garrett Cole's got that. John Smoltz had that. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Greg Maddox would have done that. I don't know if, other guys would have done that. Right. So your personality gives you that right to push back. But as a manager, how many times are we going to pull guys when they are in a groove? I remember the Rays pulled Shell, and like he was in a groove that year.
Yeah, I remember that.
This was in the World Series.
Yeah.
Blake Snell, at some point, throw the analytics away and just use common sense. They can't hit this guy. We're up by 1 run. Sure, he may not be able to go 9 innings, but if he can get us 1 or 2 more, damn it, I'll take it. And evidently, too many teams, including the Yankees, are managing by the analytics, and I think that's the reason why they haven't won a World Series in a long time.
Imagine Peyton Manning was out there, and they're like, you know what, Peyton, you're at 40 attempts now. Your numbers go way down completion-wise after you hit 40. We're going to take you out. I mean, I don't even know who the backup was that year, but can you imagine?
No, I can't, man. Like, literally, I mean, think about this. If they would have taken you out after you missed your first 43s, nobody would have ever heard of Alan Hahn.
You know, I did miss all 40, just so you know.
I'm just saying.
But I made the next one.
Nobody would have ever heard of you.
Well, you miss every shot you don't take, right?
All
Thanks,
right,
Boog.
fellas. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Boog, buddy.
Later.
All right, that's Booger McFarland. Joins us 4 o'clock every Wednesday here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
My coach actually told me, keep shooting. I swear to God.
Well, shoot or shoot.
Like, that was the whole thing. It wasn't like, you should stop.
Isn't that what Riley told Starks?
Yeah.
Well,
you had to bring that one up.
That was one
hurt.
of the rare cases it did not
That
work.
hurt a lot more than it did when I was going up against Dowling, okay?
That was still a big game.
A little different.
Now, we were talking earlier that Dave Rothenberg's taking exception to us getting off at 6 today.
He went off.
Well, I didn't hear it.
Unhinged.
Peter, you were working.
I didn't hear it.
This is what Dave had to say earlier this morning on DNR.
John grabbed me before I came in and goes, just so you know, you're going to get yelled at when you get in there. I'm annoyed. I sit here and I give everything I have to this show and this station. They didn't think Monday you gave everything you had. I give. It's all I do is give every ounce of everything I have, and this is the way I'm treated.
This is what happens.
I mean, Peter's traveling the world.
This is what happens.
Don goes driving to Jersey. Their show today's 3 hours. Wake up in the middle of the night and just we'll until you're a powder, till you have nothing left. Do you know what it's like to wake up every morning at 4 o'clock?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, yes. I think we all do.
All right,
yes.
there's days that you look like you might have died. I mean, because I'm the one person.
This is why we don't tell you when you stink.
He's passed over
right,
here.
but this is why we don't tell you when you stink. Now you're taking shots. There's shrapnel everywhere.
I hate all of you.
The afternoon show is taking shots. Everyone.
We love you. We love you.
No.
Just need you to be better.
You know what? From now on,
don't set the bar so
I'm going
high.
to nap during the show.
No.
I'm going to listen. At Google, you can say, I'm very tired. I need a nap.
We have a wellness room.
All right. I'm going to start using the wellness room. I'm going, listen, RJ, 8 o'clock. I'm so tired.
This is your fault.
I'm going to check into the wellness room.
No, this is your fault.
It's not my fault.
You did this to yourself.
What did I do?
You set the bar too high. Like before the season when we take the concussion test, we'd set it real low. These guys might be dumb.
Baseline?
So if I'm always bland and boring, you're right. The problem is I'm too great.
You're too good.
That's the problem. I'm too great. And then I give you one day where,
Is that it
and
about
you
us?
want to know the truth is, as excited as, so think about this. I get the Jackson Dart, Giants win.
Right,
so I'm up here.
Yeah.
Now I get
That's a great
Malik
show.
Neighbors.
We don't need to do the whole thing.
I'm driving all over Jersey. I don't know what that means.
It might be about you going to Devils games now, I guess.
This all stems from the fact that John Winthrop, our pinhead suit, told Dave he wasn't at his best Monday for the Couch Cast. Which I agree. That's a little harsh.
Oh yeah. I thought Dave was great.
I thought Dave was great as well. But
what was the problem?
If I had an issue,
I think you meant the show, possibly. Monday's show.
I think he was talking about Monday. Because remember, the Mets season was over. And I think they were expecting Dave to just detonate.
Well, he's not a puppet. He's gonna do what he does.
Well, yeah, he might, like Don. He's probably used to it and doesn't care as much.
So I don't know what exactly it came from. I don't know what me driving around Jersey and
that was funny.
We're getting off at 6 o'clock. I don't know what to tell him
This
there.
is jealousy.
But I will say, if I was to be critical of Dave, is that I never saw anybody that was just I have to watch the Broncos and Bengals. Like we had to situate him. If you watch the Couchcast, you'll see at one point I changed seats because the seat I was in, I was able to look into our studio and see the other Monday night game.
Yeah, I want to keep an eye on it.
But to the point where, dude, we're watching the Jet game, commenting on the Jet game. Why are you so concerned with Broncos Bengals? Honestly, I love football too. It wasn't that sexy a matchup. It wasn't involving one of your team. Like if the Giants are playing, I get it.
Don, Joe Burrow's not playing.
Joe Burrow's not playing. It's not a particularly exciting game. What was the final score? 21-3?
Yeah, it was never particularly good.
I get it. I don't know if he had money on the game or something.
I
but
don't think he did. I think it was just pure interest in psychosis.
But
I think he just looked at Jets Dolphins and thought, this is putrid. Give me something better.
But John said that he didn't think that Dave was his best on Monday during the show.
I believe it was about Monday morning because it was the Met, the Met funeral.
And then we caught shrapnel somehow.
And then,
but I can understand him being upset.
Well, you're never here. You fly all over the country.
Well, no,
world.
He means next week.
And
by the way,
then
you think
Don's driving.
you think you can trust someone, by the way. Like, Dave's a friend, right? And we'll talk about things. And then he'll turn around in a rant and just throw shrapnel my way.
I don't know. Yeah. The wellness room is great, though, but you can't get in it because, Coach Dable's always in there.
In the wellness room?
And taking naps.
Is Coach Dable in there?
I mean.
The wellness room's a bit small, by the way.
Think so?
What is that for?
So
like
you've gone
breastfeeding? Like, what is it for?
Peter, have you?
Well, no,
I have not yet.
No,
breastfed
I'm being
there.
honest.
No.
Like, I don't.
You, as the paternity leave guy, am I also
Well,
breastfeeding?
I'm just asking. Like, if I wanted to breastfeed at work, I would think I could go to the wellness
My
room.
guess would be yes, but there's like a desk in there. There's
Is
like
that
a
what
little
else?
mat.
It's a desk?
I know guys that have worked long shifts have napped in there.
Yeah.
Is there like a bed?
But is that
No.
like something like
No. Very
I just need?
It's like a
need
jail
room.
cell, honestly.
What is it for?
It's for resting, but it's just a
resting.
small room.
But like after one of my rants, if I just need a mental time,
I would go in the wellness.
and the break is not long enough.
Yeah.
This is a serious question. I'm not being performative.
yes,
Is that the
that's
wellness?
what it'd be.
that could
Yes, it would be for someone who just needs to get 10 minutes.
I got to be honest. That would be unbelievably funny.
Now,
if he
great.
just like starts like
Well, you know what it would have
dousing
been.
himself
You
in
know what would
water.
have been useful for me is when the vape ape days started.
Oh, you would have been living in there.
When
you would have done a remote from there.
When things went real bad. A lot of people may not know this story. When I was kicked out of my house, first place I went was the radio station because it was 6 blocks away.
Mhm.
It was like 11 a.m. I walk in and Ryan Hurley sees me. He's like, "Why are you here at 10 a.m.?" And I end up falling on the ground a heap. If we'd had a wellness room, I could have practically moved in.
Mm-hmm.
There was a moment.
Could have lived in the wellness room.
I don't think I'm telling tales out of school. He was a puddle.
Yeah.
And so he'd vape. And Michael called him the vape ape because
No,
again,
Alan
Michael,
knows that.
But Michael has no feelings. Like, get over it. Was the way Michael is. Like, grow up, which is not nice at all. Because Michael, if Jody ever left, he would lock the door, and that would be the end of it. He'd move on. Peter's not the move on type, so he was upset. And he was
not
vaping.
the same day. No, I needed about a year.
But
okay.
Michael
Justin Craig was in charge at the time. So he comes in, and like I said, he's a puddle. He's an emotional mess, and he's vaping. So I thought maybe there was an outside chance that management might actually show some sympathy towards Peter. No, it was reprimanding him for smoking in the studio because the vape would affect the equipment.
By the way, not true. I mean, you should do it. It's poor form, but I mean, let's all calm down.
Right, but are you okay, Peter?
No, that wasn't it. Michael,
It's not true, actually. Have you ever seen a car detail for somebody that vapes? The roof of the car, it's...
Really?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
From vaping?
Yeah.
I actually
You
don't
sure
know
not
anybody.
smoking?
Residue. No, residue.
He's the only person that I've ever known that vaped.
Really?
I tried it when I stopped cigars in 2013.
That was early vape days.
I saw something.
God knows what was going on then.
With you can have a cigar, and I was like, "This is just not doing it."
No.
I tried.
Vaping was so. I started taking in so much nicotine with the Juul when that was the hottest vaping item that the only way, I know you're both going to laugh, but I'm dead serious. The only way I could get off the Juul was by going to cigarettes. I had to smoke to get off the vape.
What a vicious cycle.
Because the vape,
doesn't sound healthy.
Well, because you start taking in so much more nicotine. Because you just, I would get home at night to my quote unquote apartment that I was living in, and I'd have nothing to do. I would just be excited to strap in a new Juul pod and go to town. When I was 7, I was riding shotgun and smoking cigarettes. And as a result, by the time I was done vaping, you're fiending for more. It is a bad place.
Vicious.
And now with the Zins, you know the people in the Zins. You know what the Zins are?
I don't know what it is.
Zin is the new gum adjacent thing that now you're going to notice next time you go to any sort of convenience store, gas station. There's 50 different tins of it.
So it's nicotine gum?
It's not gum. You just put it. It's like dip. That's not as nasty as dip.
Oh, you just sat in the corner and vaped.
And thank you, like a gentleman, and sometimes cried. What's that?
What a time.
It was an interesting time.
Oh no, it was an interesting time.
And I really appreciate Peter wearing his heart on his sleeve like that.
You know what I appreciate? I appreciate everybody who was a part of the community there, except Michael K. A horrible friend to have. RJ and Andrew, poor RJ and Andrew, they were like therapists. I mean, every day just coaching me through. We're going to get through today, and we'll get to tomorrow. Don, how you doing, buddy? You good? All right. Hey, checking in. How's the back of your belly? Michael, just looking at me with a glare. I don't know. If I were you, this is Michael K. This is real, honest God's truth, Michael K. I'm staying in some crappy apartment. It's a dump. I'm scared. I hate it. If I were you, I'd get a room at the Plaza. I'm like, Michael, I can't go get a room at the Plaza. It's not the appropriate thing to do given the circumstance. He did not understand my plight at all.
No, it wasn't a lack of sympathy. It was a complete lack of understanding what the issue was.
Yeah, sympathy would be giving him too much credit. Yeah, I don't understand. And it's the idea that if someone says, I don't want to be with you, a lot of us, our reaction is, no, why? But please, wah, I want to fix it.
Okay.
Michael's is, you don't want to be with me? Well, I don't want to be with you. And which, by the way, in some ways I do respect it. I just couldn't relate to it at all.
I get it.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
It was dark times.
I can imagine.
I barely saw you at that time. I wonder when I saw you.
I don't recall any of this.
Oh, you saw a puddle and you just didn't know.
You said, someone should mop this up.
All right. Well, somebody clean that up. Our list is up next.
What is the list?
Boy. You don't know, but you're going to find out on Hahn Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off and to wear a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Game 2 of the Wild Card Series. Yanks taking on the Red Sox again in the Bronx. First pitch just a little under 2 hours away. Worst ride to the stadium, cross Bronx westbound. It's a crash by the Deegan in the right lane. It involves a tractor-trailer and a couple of SUVs. Traffic is backed up to the Bruckner. Using the inbound George, just about a 5 to 10 minute ride for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln, your best bet, about 20 to 30. Outbound Hull, now close to an hour. Can't catch a break over in Nassau County. New collision on the northern state. It's on the westbound side right before the Grand Central. Packed there trying to make your way into Queens from Shelter Rock Road. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
You just made the list, buddy.
This is The List with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
So I'm perusing social media today, and congratulations, Chris Berman celebrating his 46th anniversary since the first time he appeared on ESPN. So on October 1st, 1979, he made his first appearance on ESPN television.
My entire life.
Your entire life he has been on ESPN. Of course, I guess semi-retired now, although he still does NFL Prime with Booger. But so that got me thinking.
Prime time.
He did some Sports Center. He's not known for Sports Center. So I thought, how about the top 5 ESPN Sports Center anchors?
Oh, we get to guess, right?
It's quite the list. I would like you to guess, Peter, because you were not in on this conversation earlier.
All right, so let's get one out of the way, no question. Let's get Stuart Scott out here and have a conversation.
Show me Stuart.
Stuart Scott, I have as number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah,
he was terrific, and you know my Stuart Scott story. I don't like to retell stories. Peter gets really upset.
No, this one's
even
worth
though we've got different audiences.
This one's worth retelling.
I don't know if Alan's ever heard. Have you heard my Stuart Scott story?
Maybe.
Like the first week working at ESPN.
Okay.
They asked me to go up to Bristol for a week and do Sports Centers on the radio.
Oh, okay.
So I go up, not TV, and I went up there. And this was I didn't do it from New York. I drove up to Bristol and did it. And Stuart Scott was filling in for Dan Patrick, and he'd introduce me. And now it's time for a Sports Center and he messed my name up every single time. Get it wrong.
Give me some examples.
It was Dan LaGreca, Don Greca. It just messed it up every single time. So the producer, I forget who it was at the time, because Stuart it's so weird. I'm in New York. Stuart's in Bristol usually, but he was doing his show from the old ESPN zone in Times Square.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I was up in Bristol. So we weren't in the same room, and the producer talks down the line and says, Don LaGreca is doing his last update of this show. Can you at least get his name right one time? The last time. His name is Don LaGreca. He's been here all day. Can you at least one time get it right? Okay. So then he's like, all right, he's done a great job today. For the final time on my show, the final Sports Center of the show, let me introduce to you Dan LaBrocca. I still don't know to this day whether
did that on purpose.
He did it on purpose.
He
still couldn't get my name.
Absolutely did it on purpose.
My other Stuart Scott is
had to be on purpose, right?
Super Bowl New Orleans. The ESPN party was right down in the quarter, and they gave us like ESPN beads to throw. And so all these women are down to get the beads, and we're throwing the beads.
Nice.
And all of a sudden, Stuart Scott comes out. booyah, booyah. The next thing I know, there's not a woman in sight. It's 1,000 men all wanting beads, and I'm like, Stuart, I love you, but
you ruined
it.
Can
you take your act someplace else?
By the way, and was it because Stewart was so popular among men?
Yes.
So the men started flocking.
And the women were
like,
like,
Stuart Scott.
No, it's because never mind.
It was.
I never processed it that
That's
way.
good.
I always thought it was just bad luck. I didn't realize it's because the dudes were so excited to see
They were
Stewart.
excited to see
They
him.
were
Well, and
the women decided, I'll go get beat someplace else.
Yeah.
Now, that's a testament, though, to, his sort of, he really made, we're living in an era right now where there aren't necessarily always stars on SportsCenter. Sometimes there's an L. Duncan on SportsCenter, but sometimes SportsCenter is just up-and-coming people kind of finding their way as anchors. Stuart Scott's prime era of you are a superstar as the SportsCenter anchor.
Yes.
All right, so
Yes.
in staying with that, obviously our friend Scott Van Pelt will be on this list.
I do not have him in the top
Dan
five.
Patrick's got it.
And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. He is a superstar. He's probably the 5th highest paid guy at the company and deserves every penny, right?
Yeah, maybe higher.
It just, unfortunately, he's the SportsCenter man, but SportsCenter's not what it was. Like, these are people that when SportsCenter was
at
the
its
thing.
most. So
it's more timing than anything else. He's an honorable mention for sure. I did have him on the list, but I don't have him in the top 5.
So Alan threw out Dan Patrick.
Dan Patrick I have as number 1.
Number 1.
I have number 1. I mean, listen, he's still making cameo movies. I know he's got a great radio show, but he's still, I think he resonates as a SportsCenter guy more than
forever.
Like anything
his
else.
in Fuego is like
it was a big deal.
One of the all-time sayings.
What about Sir Rich Eisen?
Ooh.
Rich Eisen I have as number 3.
Okay.
Because it was him and Stuart Scott. So if you got Stuart Scott, Rich Eisen brought the best out of Stuart, and Eisen was able to parlay his SportsCenter into the amazing career that he's had.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't not have Rich Eisen on there or Stuart Scott on there without Rich Eisen.
Fair
so
enough.
I got Stuart at 2, Eisen at 3, Patrick at 1.
Well, I wonder if you have guts. Wonder if you have guts in there. He's sometimes controversial these days. Mr. Keith Olbermann.
I have Keith Olbermann at number 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Say what you want for the same reason.
Yeah, he was very
Dan
good,
Patrick, Keith Olbermann.
Yeah,
they
those
were
two
a team.
They were
and
really
to me,
good.
that was the best of SportsCenter.
Think
When I
about
think of
it.
SportsCenter, I think of those two.
And you know
anchoring
what?
SportsCenter.
Like we have the Tonight Show, we have all the different late night, but those two were sort of like the sports version. Not that they interviewed people and stuff, but it was just at late at night. That was,
Watch out,
that was an interesting.
Don't hurt yourself, buddy.
Late at night, that was kind of the fun thing. The two of them just kind of ripping off each other. It was fun.
It was really good. So.
Yeah, that's good.
Obviously,
Okay.
he's a controversial figure now, but that should not take points away.
No
sort of
Kenny
humor.
Mayne, nothing like that.
Kenny Mayne,
He was good.
hilarious.
Funny.
But listen, he's funny, but
Deadpan funny.
he didn't make the list.
Oh, didn't make the list.
Didn't make the list.
Did what's his face? Tall,
face?
tall blonde guy who was in Old School.
Oh, I can't think of his name either.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't have.
What's his
him on.
name? Come on. He had the late night show too. Somehow, also had a late night
Yeah,
show.
but him and
Craig
Old
Kilborn.
School. Yeah.
Kilborn.
Yes.
No, so he didn't.
He was pretty good.
It wasn't a long time.
No.
Probably too short.
So the 4 you have are the 4 biggest names
Yeah, these
of
are
all time.
1 through 4. I don't think you can.
No, so 5 is going to be the one that you could debate a little bit.
Because you got Charlie Steiner was great.
Oh,
Charlie
wow!
There's a
Steiner.
lot
Steiner's
of really.
fantastic.
There's a lot of
Him, what he couldn't get through there was a certain call or a replay, and he just was crying, laughing the whole time. Remember that one?
Great. There's a lot of great. Bob Lee,
Yeah.
legend.
Yep.
But I'm going to stand by number 5. You want a hint?
Yeah.
The only SportsCenter anchor ever to play in the Sasso softball.
Greeny?
No.
Only played
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
I didn't know Marty Lyons did sports.
No, Marty Lyons and Greg Buttle did not do SportsCenter. Brian O'Halloran has not done SportsCenter.
Marty Lyons.
My brother has not done SportsCenter. I have not done SportsCenter.
Okay, the only one who played it.
I guess you weren't there that year. It's a few years ago. Not that long ago, but a few years ago.
And is this person ever on our show? Or
I will tell you, this person in the book, remember those guys have all the fun?
Yeah.
The book? Picture on the cover.
he's on the cover.
What of there's a few people on the cover. This person is on the cover.
So Alan, we're missing a big one. This is going to be a big.
I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Give me one more hint.
Well, you've gone there. I haven't. I have not been gender specific while giving my hints.
Oh, so it's a
woman.
It's Robin Roberts?
I went with Linda Cohn.
Linda Cohn.
Hockey.
Well, hockey,
But she
Sasso,
also
but
long run.
Listen, she was doing it forever, and also doing it before. There were a lot of women doing it. Now, Robin Roberts deserves her flowers. She didn't do it as long, and she obviously parlayed that into, well, she's doing with Good Morning America and all that stuff.
She became a megastar.
She became an absolute megastar.
Mm-hmm.
But, Linda's been with this company forever, has done a bunch of things, but I know her for doing SportsCenter. And in a guy's world, she was doing like 30 years ago.
Yes.
So I've decided
I love this list.
to put Linda at number 5.
You've done.
That's a good list. Now, I just checked. Bleacher Report a while back did a 25 list, right? Linda Cohn, number 5.
Wow.
Really?
I didn't even.
And so what was their top 5?
Top 5, Linda Cohn. 4, Kenny Mayne. 3, Rich Eisen. 2, John Anderson. And then 1, Dan Patrick.
You know what? I do like Anderson and Booch. And Butchergrass.
Dry, funny.
Yeah, both very good.
Butchergrass is good. And then Levy was good, too.
Levy was good,
Butch
too.
and
Levy's
Levy were
on
really
there.
good.
Yep.
Listen,
Berman's at 13 on this list.
Who is?
Berman. Chris Berman.
They're tremendous, talented people that did SportsCenter back in the day. And like SVP is amazing. There was a time when SportsCenter was a bigger thing, and I wanted to stay in that.
You have to honor
and listen,
that.
Chris Berman did SportsCenter, but he's not known for SportsCenter.
No, and SVP is actually beyond SportsCenter. He's more known for being SVP than anything else.
So Linda Cohn, number 5, number 4, Keith Oberman, number 3, Rich Eisen, number 2, Stuart
Tremendous
Scott,
work,
and number 1, Dan Patrick. So let's have at it. 1-800-919-3776. And we got to get back to the Yankees as we get prepared for Yankee baseball coming up at 6 o'clock right here on ESPN New York.
Oh, hey, everyone. FanDuel is getting you ready for kickoff with an offer you won't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Pick a bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You can build parlays, you can bet player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. Visit FanDuel.com/Peter to download the FanDuel app today and get started. 21 and over in physically present New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with the gambling problem. Call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back.
I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino and Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Cars for Kids, K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids, donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids, K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids, donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids, K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids, donate your...
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Right now, police are stepping up patrols to make sure drivers and pedestrians obey our crosswalk laws. Why? Because every year in New York, people are injured or killed just crossing the street. So remember, pedestrians, obey traffic signals and use crosswalks. And drivers, yield to pedestrians in crosswalks. If you don't, we will educate you on the law. And you may get a ticket, because tickets get attention, and that saves lives. A message from the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Saturday, October 4th at Sports Illustrated Stadium, the New York Red Bulls take on FC Cincinnati with kickoff set for 7:30. Start the match day early on the Boulevard at 4:30. Enjoy pregame activations, giveaways, and live performances. Then at 5:45, catch the Red Bulls on the red carpet. Gates open at 6 p.m., where the first 10,000 fans get a reversible Red Bulls bucket hat.
Hello.
For your chance to win a family 4-pack, enter now through the ESPN New York app. Just click the contest tile and submit your entry. Bring the crew and secure your seats at NewYorkRedBulls.com. Plan ahead and travel smart. The Harrison Path Station is closed Saturday, October 4th. Free shuttles will run from Journal Square to the stadium. A happy birthday has to go out to the great Bob Wischusen.
Oh, are you kidding me? Love the shoes.
Don't know his age. I would guess 54?
Something
I know
like
I'm
that.
older than he is, but only by a couple of years. He's probably 54, 56.
55,
54?
Don nailed it.
All right, 54.
for
I know my Bobs.
Here's to many more Fish concerts, much more Bouvange.
But he doesn't partake.
I know. That's what he says, which is even weirder.
But if you go to the you're kind of
you're partaking.
You're partaking at Jace, right?
If you're there, there's some level of partaking that's happening.
Scott Farrell used to always call him Bob with shoes on.
A brilliant piece of comedy, if ever there was. The shoes.
Yeah,
I don't like that Michael would call him Weasel Shoesin. That was unkind.
That was very unkind.
And not deserved.
What was the
and doesn't
purpose?
even really work.
He's not the biggest fan of Bob.
Really?
As on the air.
I think he loves him as a person.
As a person and as a broadcaster, it's just that he doesn't get Bob's jokes and
yeah, they never.
He kind of ripped Bob for not being a good guest one time, and I thought that was.
Oh yeah, what was that about? What was it? Why was he mad at Bob? Oh, he didn't have that much. He was just kind of like.
Well, no.
Is this spot over?
It was. Bob has a very dry sense of humor.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Michael was on board with it. And like Bob, there was an interview started.
Why
out,
did the
like,
Islanders take until the end of the season to play their best hockey? Last year they did it. This year they're doing it again.
I don't know.
All right, good stuff. Bob,
good stuff, Bob.
Moving right along.
The first hour and 15 minutes of the show, where the hell was Peter?
But that was Bob being funny.
Yeah, he was going to then answer, but he's giving you the dry, I don't know. Mm-hmm. And then he'll say something. Well, Michael wasn't
because that was our weekly spot with Bob, and one of the things as the Jets season was going nowhere, as most Jet seasons are apt to do, we ended up talking about whatever hockey game he was on that night.
Was this before or after sales told us that they couldn't sell a Victor Cruz spot?
Well, I
Does
don't know.
Ramswell have a team?
I'm still proud of my diploma, Bob.
Yeah, you just roll with it. You know, it's
That's
Bob.
how Bob. It's Bob.
Bob is a very.
What also happened was he would hear us because he's a great friend and would listen to the show.
Probably listening right now.
And Michael would say, Bob doesn't let us get a word in edgewise. And the next interview after that, the first question Michael asked, Bob said, I don't know, and that was that.
Yeah,
There you go. So
Bob,
he's
he's
playing.
playing.
So he's being petty.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
playing. As Michael would like to say, he's playing three-dimensional chess with Michael. and-
I'm very fond of the man, Bob Wischusen.
no, he's a tremendous
Big fan.
He went full Wischusen.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
But we have joked. Can't be kidding on the square about. He can be a bit wordy.
Oh yeah, he's a bit wordy. But you know what? Who's not? I got to be honest. I work with you both.
But then
We're all
he
wordy.
picked the
okay?
right business to be
exactly.
in, right?
Now, real quick, what if we did a bracket at some point?
I'm liking this.
Favorite people in our orbit here.
That could.
I'll be very
upset
personal. No,
a lot of
very
people.
upsetting and be very hard. But we work with some wonderful people, and Bob is a lovely man.
But what are the parameters of this?
Just like him. Just like him.
Doesn't matter who.
Just
like, you know
yeah.
what,
Oh yeah. No. They have to be.
We all have to know this person. I
We
guess?
all have to
in
know
our
them.
inner
Equally know them.
circle.
They have to be station adjacent, meaning Greeny could make the list.
Yeah.
Wischusen could make the list.
Marty Lyons.
Yeah, sure.
Buttle.
Carlin, obviously other people we
Steve
work with at
Young.
the station.
Like different
no, Steve might be going too far.
You think so?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Steve.
Young. Yeah, Steve's not station adjacent. He was a guest.
Mike Breen.
Yeah. Of course.
But Breen's never done anything with the station.
Okay.
I mean, like they've been on our air in some way.
Oh, I see.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They either used to have a show,
Well,
they were a regular, they're a part-timer.
Mike has been a guest.
A guest. But
Well-
again, like Steve Young. That's not.
Does
Yeah,
it
so
count?
not guest, but like somebody that.
All right.
Yeah,
But I think
you know
Wischusen
it.
would go on a deep run. I'm a big fan. You have to know the man. Anthony, you very fond of the man?
Who, Bob?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love Bob.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Bob. But Marty's a salt of the earth kind of guy,
Yeah,
too.
that's why it's.
Except for when you almost killed him at your softball game.
I didn't. He almost killed himself.
It
All
was-
right.
it
I
was
mean, he tripped over
horrifying.
home plate and
It was-
face planted.
No, I thought it was the end of Marty.
Somebody always gets hurt, but it was bad.
It was
He
murder. I thought it was
bleeding.
Murder Lions. It was almost the end.
But honestly, I experienced why. That's treacherous. That
Why is
rounding third going home.
Why is
Treacherous.
that?
Oh, he hurt his knee.
Well,
You did too?
I rounded third to score the winning run, and I was trying to get there as fast as I could, which, again, I'm like going backwards at this age. And I just took that just wrong all it takes these days.
Listen, no matter
and
what
it's
kind
just
of
tweak.
that's it.
And the minute I touched home, I went right down.
No matter what kind of shape you're in, if you're doing better, if you're in great shape,
No.
you get to a certain age, the one thing you should never do
Is
just
run.
a dead sprint. Like
No.
that's
hell.
If I make contact in your game, Don, assuming I play next year and I make contact, there will never be a sprint once I make contact. If it's enough for me to make it to first base,
it's a
enough.
jog. It's all it
That's
is.
it.
But
Can't do
think
it.
about this: if you're being chased by an axe murderer,
No, I've thought about that.
I would probably stop and say, I have a better chance of just fighting this dude.
Yeah, because the run.
Because if
something's
I'm
happening.
running, I might fall, and now I'm like on my face.
You watch a horror movie,
and
the
it's
amount of
hatching
running
me
they
up.
have to do, and you're hoping that they just survive sprinting
They
for
normally don't
minutes
run.
on end.
The weird thing is they don't run; they just walk. Somehow they keep up.
I know.
Yeah, they
Well,
just
that's the
know. They
problem.
just know the angles. They're like Gretzky. It's
Well,
like
no,
you
you know what
just
it is?
anticipate
No,
where the puck's going to be.
You guys are totally wrong.
use the
It's the
speed.
analytics.
Fudgy
know-
Will is a cake.
Mike Myers is getting the analytics, and they know I'm better off just walking at an even pace. They were going to sprint, but then Myers'
Right.
coach comes out and goes,
No.
take this paper. You're better off just walking a dead straight line.
Trust me, that guy's going to fall.
He's going to fall. He's more likely to fall than you are to catch
You
him.
might run past him if you
Right,
run.
or you'll
Well,
injure yourself,
Well, now
and you won't get
now
to kill him.
Now I can't run because of the knee's really bad. But
Really bad.
Before, I could do the full sprint. The problem was stopping.
Yes.
So when I do the Sasso, I'd pass first base and I'd go right to the fence.
Wait, hold
and then
on.
come back.
So
Remember
that's
run Forrest, stop Forrest.
Yeah.
So wait, I've never gotten to that. So now with the knee injury, I'm just now not sprinting. I didn't get to that phase. There's a phase where you can't stop
Can't
yourself.
stop. Well, don't you feel with the knee that it's easier to go upstairs than downstairs? Like the momentum of the speed now
I
it's
see what
starting
you're
to bother
saying.
you more.
Well, you know what I'm finding, and we're at the top of the hour and reset and do an hour
Oh, yeah,
straight
don't
Yankee
you
preview.
worry.
Don't you worry. But I had rehab today. I had physical therapy today, two things. One, Don, I ordered compression socks for my 28-hour trip to Australia.
Right.
So I've been told that's the move, is to wear the is that the brand?
I don't know.
I'm wearing compression socks on the plane, and I'm going to take my anti-inflammatory. But what's annoying me post-meniscus tear is that whenever I sit for like an hour, the stiffness when I get up is just so bad.
That's what they might have used this phrase. Your rehab, my physical rehabilitation. They say motion is lotion. I get that where you want to keep it moving, and because when I get out of bed, that's when I can't move.
Isn't it talking stiffness and lotion now? This is what we went.
That's what popped into your head while Peter and I are having a conversation.
I'm wrong?
It seems more it's on you. It's on you.
The first thing
Listen,
you
get in these moods, and you know what?
He starts hearing his couple of friends talking about
Sounds like
motion.
somebody's locking the door when they get home. We're going to talk about the Yankees coming up for sure. Take you up with the Yankee baseball. 1-800-919-3776. Don, Hahn Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Game 2 of the Wild Card series in the Bronx. Yanks taking on the Red Sox. Starting to move better on the Cross Bronx westbound, heading over to the Deegan. They cleaned up that crash involving a tractor-trailer. Now just packed, heading over to the outbound George from the Sheridan. Deegan a slow go, both up and down. Approaching the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. Southbound especially heavy. You're hitting the brakes there from the Mosholu on down. Heading that way using the inbound George. Stick with the lower deck. You're in pretty good shape. Upper level about a 15 to 20-minute ride. Outbound Lincoln will run you about 30 to 40. Outbound Holland close to an hour. Not so great on the LA eastbound in Queens. A crash over by Queens Boulevard. Bumper to bumper from right out of the Midtown Tunnel. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Jets football once again returns to MetLife Stadium. See your New York Jets face off against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday, October 5th at 1 p.m., presented by Atlantic Health System.
Play action, bootleg out to the right, Justin Fields, and he will trot into the end zone with a misdirection touchdown.
Get your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installations with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
880 ESPN. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys.
It's Tully time. It's Tully time.
I swear to God, I think they replaced that with actually Fred Flintstone screaming.
Yeah,
it never sounded like Fred Flintstone before. Now it's almost identical.
That really
Did you
does
guys
sound
mess
like
with
Wilma.
that drop?
It's AI.
You AI'd that drop, didn't you?
Yeah, it's Fred Flintstone saying it's Tully time, isn't it?
Well, it's two different drops. I just, I like to alternate between the two. Keep
Yeah,
you on your
That
feet.
was a good one.
Something's going on. But, we digress. Yankees will try to avoid elimination in Game 2 of their series with the Red Sox coming up in an hour, 6 o'clock on 880 right after us. Earlier today, Cleveland stays alive. They even their series had won with the Tigers, a 6-1 victory. And the Padres are up 3-0 on the Cubs in Chicago in the top of the sixth. The Padres looking for more. They get runners at first and second with one out. So they've got a chance to even that series up. And that game can be heard on 1050. But tonight, here on 880, you'll be able to hear the Yankees and the Red Sox. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. We'll continue with your phone calls on how it went last night. As disgusted as you are with the Yankees and you're facing elimination and the pressure that comes with that, I still like the matchup tonight, right? I know Rodon doesn't have a great history, but he's had a phenomenal season.
Yep.
And you've got the regulars back in the lineup. Jazz is back in the lineup tonight, so you feel good about that this is the team that you want to go to war with. And in case you missed it, Grisham's batting first, Judge, Bellinger, Rice back in the lineup. He'll be at first base. Stanton is going to drop to fifth. Chisholm's back in the lineup with Wells, Volpe, and McMahon back in the lineup as well. So this is kind of what you're used to.
Well, you're right. You're facing a righty.
Right. You've got your 18-game winner on the mound. You've got an excellent chance here. And there is pressure on the Red Sox. I understand there's pressure on the Yankees because it literally is win or go home, right? So it is a must-win for them. Their season could be over, and that will not look good after you thought you pivoted off of Soto and you end up going out without a win in the postseason. That'd be bad. So there's pressure, no question. But the Red Sox probably feel some pressure, too. They've got an opener tomorrow because Giolito's out. He's not on the postseason roster, or at least the first-round roster because of injury. So they probably feel like if they don't win tonight, they could be in a world of hurt here. So they're going to feel the pressure of winning tonight to win this series. So I don't think the Yankees are dead by any stretch of the imagination.
No, not at all. I mean, again, it's they won the game that you would think that's the one you're most confident because of Crochet. Like that's the one you had to get because it was him, right?
Yes.
Like if there was one you knew, you got to get that one, and it won nothing. Late, you're getting through that game. There was some nerves until they finally were able to break through once they got to the bullpen. But they got the one they had to get. Now it's a matter of can they get one tonight against Rodon, who has had a great season, but last year in the playoffs we saw he was not money. He wasn't terrible, I guess, but he wasn't money. And you think about it, he got a big win in Game 1 against Cleveland. Actually, he got 2 in that series. But, the Dodgers at that Game 2, that felt like that must win.
Yeah.
That game, not great.
I think, again, to say you feel good, you're facing elimination. But I still think there's an avenue in which they can win this series. Now, because you're facing elimination and the Red Sox are not, you may be forced into making some very interesting decisions tonight because you may reach a point of no return, right? So how you use the bullpen, how long you use certain guys, because you have no choice to win this game, could maybe affect you the next day. Again, there's no day off. There's no travel day. All these games are at Yankee Stadium. They're playing tomorrow. So could you get into a situation where you got to go deep into the bullpen because you can't afford to have Rodon give up another run, and then you've completely killed your bullpen going into tomorrow? There's a scenario in which you could win, but it could come at the expense of tomorrow. But I still like this situation that they're in.
I'll flip it. If Rodon is pitching well and feels good, there's no way he's giving the ball up.
I agree.
He won't let him take the ball.
But
he's got that personality.
Let me ask you this, because I think this is important. One of the things I loved about El Duque, there were some big games
Yeah.
I remember Oakland where he'll give up 3 runs in the first inning. And you're like, oh, he doesn't have it. And the next thing you look, he's pitching into the 7th inning and didn't allow anything else.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's great about him. Like, he would fight through it. Facing lifts, like, let's say Rodon's got a bad first inning and he gives up 3 runs.
He gets rattled.
Not only that, but would they have the confidence to let him continue to pitch, or would they pull the plug right away and then start going to the bullpen because
it's trust,
because you just don't want it to get too out of hand. Like, let's pull the plug on this because I don't want 3-0 to all of a sudden become 6-0 and we can't win the game.
Well, it's trust.
Right.
That's all it is how much do they trust him versus whatever the hell else they could take out of the bullpen. What's your trust factor there? That's kind of how you have to look at it. What is the level of trust that you have? If it's out of 10, how much do you trust Rodon? Would you say a 7?
I would trust him because
is it a 7?
I think listen, he's an 18-game winner.
That's what I'm saying. So but you also know he does melt down sometimes. He does get a little rattled. That happens, but we'll see if he gets through. But if he's looking a little shaky, I still have him at a 7. Who in the bullpen is any higher than a 7 or even a 6?
Right.
Who that you would bring in the
Nobody.
game? Nobody.
And who's gonna go? Not only that, but if God forbid you had to go get him in the first or second inning, like who's giving you any length?
God, yeah.
Right? Who's going to give you a ton of innings?
No, you're going to Leiter, you're going to Hill, like you're going there.
Yeah, you're going to piece it together. And again, maybe you piece it together and you come back, you win the game. But then, like, all right,
well, think about Anthony said Will Warren. I think they're holding Will Warren for tomorrow if there is a game 3, because you don't know what you're getting out of Schlittler. Or are you saying we can't worry about tomorrow?
That's what I'm saying.
Rodon's really
you
bad
can't worry about tomorrow.
So you're going to Will Warren, like. God bless him. I mean, he had for a rookie, but this is where your season is lying.
No, but that's what happens.
How about this? How about at home, the offense does more than score one run?
See,
how about that?
It's so interesting.
Let's get to that.
Crazy
a little
concept.
No, that's a good
We're
point,
not getting a lot on that though. We end up focusing so much with good reason on the pitching
because he took Fried out. Right.
That you don't focus on what has been the perennial issue for this team throughout all the Judge years: no offense in the playoffs.
What we saw with bases loaded, nobody out, it's never happened before.
Because
it doesn't make sense.
What you are trying to do. And again, I'm critical of taking Fried out as well. But what we're saying to you is you're trying to win that game 1-0.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to win a playoff game 1-0? I mean, that's tough to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Red Sox are a pretty good offensive team. They ended up scoring 3 runs. All right, not only did they score the 2 in that inning, if you believe in the fallacy of the predetermined outcome, they would still tied the game in the 9th anyway, right? Because it would have been a different situation, different pitcher. But the point is they scored 3 to your 1.
Mm-hmm.
And really, it was the first inning. And then it was the last inning.
Yeah.
Bases loaded, nobody out. How do you not score? But to Peter's point is you're asking the Yankees to win a game 1-0. That's you could do it, but it's really hard to do. We're not having this conversation if the Yankees, put up a 5 spot in the first inning, or if Stanton hits a grand slam home run. Our conversation all day today is going to be Stanton. Is that the punctuation to a Hall of Fame career?
Yeah.
And we're starting to fantasize about the next round because the Red Sox are dead. How do they blow that game? We're not even talking about Fried being taken out.
If you've led baseball in home runs and runs scored by the margin that the Yankees have, when it's 1-0 in a playoff game, you can't. Like, that's why I'm not killing Boone. It's just, to me, you aren't saying to yourself, I'm winning this game 1-0. You're expecting at some point our bats will come through. I know it's Garrett Crochet. I get it. He's very good. Probably going to win the Cy Young. But it doesn't mean that I also have, like, a great offense. We got to break through at some point.
Right.
We got to put pressure on them. We got to make them work, which they did early on. Like, that's got to happen at some point. It never did. And the only thing that gets you mad is that you ask yourself this question. Was that their best lineup?
No.
No. That's the part that pisses you off as a fan.
Right.
Is that your offense could only scratch 1 run and you didn't play your best
all
lineup.
Those decisions were to score runs, and you scored 1.
Thank you.
Now, the other good thing is I still believe for sure that Chapman can be had. A lot of bad things happened with him. You had the second disengagement that moved Volpe to scoring position that could have tied the game in the 8th inning. And then he gives up 3 hits on 3 consecutive pitches in the 9th. Listen, he got out of it. Give him credit for that because he still has great stuff. But he looked like a guy that was just waiting to be had, and the Yankees didn't do it. So if I got to face him again tonight, I'm as a Yankee fan, I'm going to feel like we can get him.
It's one thing Judge said. He said the one good thing is we got to see him. Like, we all got to see him, so it's good. Like, there's no mystery. Do you like Judge's approach in Game 1? That because Stanton was jumping out of his cleats trying to hit a home run, and I totally understand it. Judge almost looked like, I'm just going to take what I'm given instead of chasing a long ball.
But he was first. But the hits, both hits came on first pitch of the at bat.
Because he probably knew I'm not getting pitches here. There was one. I think there was one at bat that he struck out that he and Crochet kind of had a back and forth, and he even smiled at the end of it because Crochet threw him. I'm trying to remember what he threw him, but it's like he even kind of grinned like, all right, he got me. But it was a pretty good battle. But I feel like he wasn't looking to hit it out of the park.
Do you realize how good a hitter you have to be, like just an athlete you have to be, to like have that recognition of like, here's a pitch, I can't hit this out, but I know I can put this in play.
I'll just put it in play.
No problem. Let's get on base.
Yeah, just keep it moving.
Like that's Tony Gwynn like. That's crazy stuff.
He's crazy. That's why our Whiteboard Wednesday is kind of embarrassing.
Yes.
I mean, I love Jake, but I had to tell him when I went out there. For those who don't know, so we do a Whiteboard Wednesday every week here, and they're usually pretty interesting. It is on social media, so you can see it at ESPN New York. But it asks a simple question. Who is the greatest right-handed hitter in the 21st century?
Right.
Now, there should only be one photo, and everybody should have their name under it.
You want to throw Pujols up just because.
Respect.
Respect.
But it's like, I could not believe Manny Ramirez. People put their name under his picture. Yes.
No, who did?
I'm embarrassed for people who did this.
Miguel Cabrera's up there.
I mean,
so you can put the guys up there, but
Mike Trout.
But to take,
there was a time.
Can we take a little pressure off of Jake? All right, he put it up there, but there were people that voted for Pujols and Manny, and a lot of people, including Chris Carlin, voted for Trout.
There you go. Yeah.
So
no, I'm not mad at Jake.
You can be mad. The only way you'd be mad at Jake is if everybody voted for Judge. Like, what are you doing?
There's 6 of them. So here's the one we forgot to mention. A-Rod.
Well, A-Rod's a reasonable one to have.
It's okay to have the conversation, but if people start voting,
there's the name Harvey under the name. Is that Sir Harvey?
Sir Harvey.
Who else
is that Sir Harvey?
How many Harveys could we have?
All right, he's banned from the show. He can never work on the show.
No.
He put his name under A-Rod.
You hate that? I mean, A-Rod's an all-time player, though.
Aaron Judge has had seasons in the last 4 years that have never been had. Or the last time they were had, it was the 20th century. It was almost the 19th century. That's how long ago it is since people have done what he's done without PEDs.
All right.
50 home run seasons.
It can't be that outrageous if it isn't unanimous. I mean, there's quite a few people that voted for other guys.
First of all, there's also, the Yankee
I'm
hate.
just saying, you could
Clear
rip those
Yankee
people.
Hate.
I don't doubt that. But
Carlin
don't kill. Now, the only way you could kill Jake, who put it together, Jake Montgomery, is if everybody voted for Judge.
Right.
Be like, what are you doing?
Who's Mike? Because Mike put his name under Manny.
Brownshire?
No, it wasn't Brownshire. Brownshire voted for Pujols.
Brownshire too smart for that.
Of course he did.
Because Brownshire's from St. Louis. And Pujols, he's a Hall of Famer.
He's a great player.
Yeah, but again, he literally is the greatest right-handed hitter of the 21st century.
Understood.
He might be the greatest right-handed hitter in the history of the sport.
But if he just decided, let's say the Yankees win the World Series and says, you know what, I'm good. I'm going to pull a Ken Dryden. I'm just going to retire out of nowhere. Barry Sanders. Then that 10 years from now, he's not going to get as many votes on that list. You're going to give it to the guys that did it longer.
Right.
Right.
Alex becomes a more reasonable.
Yeah, Pujols becomes more reasonable.
Okay, we're not in 10 years from now. This felt like a trick question. This was like the easy bonus question on a test that everybody should have gotten right.
He needs to settle. The Yankee boys, he's out of control.
But somebody just
Michael, hold my beer.
Overthought it.
Settle down.
Overthought it.
Okay.
My God,
I don't want to get in Jake's pocket, but
Jake did not do anything wrong here.
He doesn't have a mansion in Bergen County off of this stuff. This is
not Jake.
He's just trying to get by.
This
man.
is not Jake. This is
you don't know.
Carlin. This is Kevin.
Carlin,
Alana, Charlie, Harvey, Julia. What are you doing? Yeah, this is unbelievable.
Man, call these people out, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's go to Jim in Largemont. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, man.
Love the show.
Thank you.
Thanks, friend.
You three guys have got a great chemistry.
Aw, we appreciate that.
Hey, Alan, I wanted to. Yeah, thanks. Alan, I want to bring up about what you're talking about, taking the pitcher out that he should have fought and not. and not just surrendered like that. I mean, I agree with that. I would have loved to have seen him.
Make a case, right? Like just make a case. It wasn't like it was Matt Harvey going into the 9th inning where you had a closer and, like that was a tough decision, but you wanted to believe in your pitcher, and obviously it backfired on the Mets back then. But this was like you're in the 7th inning. And it's a 1-0. Like I just don't understand. If he said I could have gone as long as they wanted me to go, then why not tell your manager I got this?
Yeah, but doesn't the fact that he said that tells me that maybe getting back to the whole culture of the Yankees from the front office down, that it's about analytics. And
well, we know
the
that.
analytics say, well, I'm done.
Right. Jim,
Jim, one question. If that were Garrett Cole, you think Garrett Cole's giving the ball up there? Or is he telling Boone, no way? We got to win this game.
I was trying to think if I ever saw him. I know you mentioned earlier that he's done that, but I don't know that I've seen Cole do that. Have you seen him stop the manager on his way out?
Well, I mean, he doesn't show him up, but he lets him know. They're like a lot of, because I've seen Boone come out and have a conversation with guys and let them talk me out of it.
Well, I also remember Cole, wasn't it, with Devers a couple of years ago? Yeah, didn't you want to pitch to him?
Yeah, you let him walk. Yeah.
I think what I'll say,
but
with
that was
these
a
pitchers,
regular season game.
What I think about these pitchers, I think they're all in on it. I think they all know at 100 pitches, you're probably going to be taken out, even if they disagree with it. I think it's so ingrained in these guys in their careers that's just kind of the way that it is.
Well, then don't do what you did in the post. If Fried could pitch more, you should have put up a fight. If you really couldn't, and you're just saying it because you want to like make yourself seem like I'd be there for my team if they need me, don't say it like that because you made your manager look bad. If you agreed with the decision, then you shouldn't ever. You should say, no, that was it. That's all I had. That's all I had, and leave it there because all you did was open up Pandora's box for your manager who is already on the grill. He's already on the grill.
Right.
And you just turned up the heat on him by doing that.
I just
made
think
no sense.
Because we were all brought up to fight through it, don't succumb to injuries, work through it. That's just how athletes are. But this day and age, I think they've all been taught, don't be a hero. Once you get to 100 pitches, the manager wants to take you out. It's not what it's about. You know, your effectiveness is not the same. You're not helping the team by giving it the old college try. Like if that's ingrained in you in the minor leagues all throughout your career, then aren't you going to take the fight out of it? I'm going through this as a parent.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
How?
I was old school. My dad was always my coach in baseball and football and all that. When I got hurt, my father would be like, "Walk it off." Like he never got upset. Like or he never like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" He's like, "What's going on?" I twisted my ankle. Let me see you walk. All right, you're fine. Get out there. That's kind of how I grew up. You fought through the pain. You didn't complain about it. You didn't go tell your coach, "Take me out." You begged to stay in. And now when Marco gets hurt, I do it, and Nancy's like, "What are you doing? He fell down." I'm like, "Get up, come on, get up, walk." That's probably not the right thing to do, but that's how I was taught. And so far, he hasn't been seriously hurt. But you know what I mean? Like, my instinct is always, come on, get up, you're okay.
You want to hear something funny? So Stephanie was playing, she was playing softball, obviously, but when growing up, she played baseball with the boys. She was very good. My father-in-law, Big Al, he coached the team.
All right. Okay.
We love Big Al.
Right? So she slid into second base and got on a play, and she felt something, and she was in a lot of pain. She might have been 12 years old, right? And now she's laying there crying on the field. He goes out there and starts yelling at her. "Stop crying. Get up. You're fine. Get up." He makes her get up. She's crying. She's limping off the field. Broken leg.
Wow. See, that's what I'm afraid is going to happen.
That's a lot.
And she tells him about it to this day. To this day, you made me walk on a broken leg.
But that's Peter.
But he was like, "You're playing with the boys. You can't show this.
Right,
you can't get emotional."
Well, it came from a good place, but every once in a while, you know what? I can't get up. I can't walk at all. Like your dad wasn't a sports guy.
No.
Like, so you probably didn't go through this, but like the classic line, I know it's been in every sitcom, but my dad used to always do it all the time. It's like, "What's the matter?" "Dad, my elbow's
rub some dirt on it."
It's like, "Oh, why is it? It hurts when I do this. He's like, well, don't do that.
Don't do that.
And sometimes I'll be like, show him the bruise, and he'd go there and he'd like put his like thumb on it. It's like, oh, does that hurt?
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah, all right, you didn't scream loud enough. Go back out there. Like that was just the instinct. And so growing up, it was like, don't say anything. Don't use injuries as an excuse. It's just that's the way that you're brought up. That's not how athletes are done today.
You know what?
They're told when you get to 100 pitches, don't be a hero. They actually think they're helping the team.
I'm looking at
by letting themselves come out.
Fried postseason. By the way, his last couple of years in the postseason have not been good. But pitch-wise,
he's living off a 21 with Atlanta.
Well, 21. Think about it. He didn't even get the most pitches he threw in a game in that run was 90. He doesn't get past the sixth inning. He pitches 6 innings and he's done. That's his. I'm looking at it. His most success, he never pitched more than 6.
Yeah.
You have to go back to 2020. He got to 7 innings in 2020 in the wild card. Game 1, wild card. 1-0, by the way, win. Sound familiar?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that before.
So that would be the only reason I would take Fried off the hook.
It looks like 78 pitches.
Well, then it wasn't even in question. But that's why I would take him off the hook, because I just think that they're told.
So he's not
don't
a guy
be a hero.
He doesn't do this. He just doesn't go the distance. That's wild.
1-800-919-3776. Get you set up for Game 2. Yankees Red Sox at the top of the hour. Hahn Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm, and I'm proud to be a part of that legacy. I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and like my father, I fight to get justice for the injured.
The hustle and grit of these streets shaped me. I'm John D'Agostino, and from the concrete to the courtroom, I built this injury firm 35 years ago to get accident victims justice. So call my team first, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
You want justice? Think Jenna D'Agostino. Think D'Agostino & Associates. Justice isn't just a word. For us, it's a way of life. It's having compassion for your struggle and getting you paid for your pain. Now that's justice. D'Agostino & Associates means being there for the injured.
Seriously injured? Call my team first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back.
FanDuel is getting you ready for kickoff with an offer you won't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet, bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet, bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. Visit FanDuel.com/Peter to download the FanDuel app today and get started. 21 and over in Fisley, Present, New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Game 2 of the Wild Card Series. Yanks taking on the Red Sox. First pitch just a little under an hour away in the Bronx. If you're using the inbound George, stick with the lower deck about 15 to 20 minutes. Upper level, a 20 to 30-minute ride in building. Deegan just solid, both up and down. Heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. Southbound, bumper to bumper from the Moshlu on down. Northbound, delays are backing up across the Triborough and onto the Bruckner. Outbound, Lincoln, your best bet at 45 minutes. Outbound, Helena Run over an hour. Rough ride on the BQE eastbound in Brooklyn. A crash by the Williamsburg Bridge. Heavy delays go back onto the inbound Gowanus. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Yankees coming up at the top of the hour, so let's crush the calls. 1-800-919-3776.
Crush the calls, destroy the subscribe.
But you got to move on, Yankee fans. I understand the complaining, and a lot of this is the narrative that is always where this team has been. As we continue, Alan, you're next. Hitting the cup on the microphone. It's really fun. I did it. Peter just did it.
I thought you hit yourself in the face.
No.
You just hit the mic.
No, I didn't hit myself in the face.
Well, we have these metal cups.
And it's awesome. But, they just – all right, there we go. We got the hat trick going. Yankee fans, I get – because that looked eerily similar to every last playoff game. Here's the thing. Last night was not the last playoff game. All right, I understand you're facing elimination, but you're not done by any stretch. You got to shake it off, move on to today. And I think you got the better pitcher on the mound. You got your true lineup out there. Even this series, and go get them tomorrow. I mean, you just can't. A lot of the conversation feels like post-mortem of a season that still is very much alive. Now, if they lose tonight, have at it tomorrow, for sure, because then it's done. But you're not done. And, again, I'm not going to sit there and blow smoke to say you're in a good spot, but I don't think it's over. You should be able to win tonight. It's not that crazy to think. And then they've got an opener tomorrow. And Schlittler's been a really good pitcher for the Yankees. He's got an earned run average under 3. Now, I understand he's never pitched in the postseason before, but they're going to have an opener. And now they're going to be facing elimination. So I understand, fire Boone, Cashman, same old Yankees. You still have a pulse. So let's focus on that. 1-800-919-3776. AJ in Tennessee. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, AJ?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good. Man.
Good.
I agree with you. Yankees still have a shot. It ain't over till it's over. But I want to get your thoughts on a quick, interesting Yankee stat that I assume the Yankees have since they're so analytical. In the 8th inning this year, Luke Weaver had a 2.78 ERA, a 2 in the 9th, and a 6.86 in the 7th. So I don't know why they put him in the 7th. Just wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
That's awesome.
Those are deep numbers.
That is showing that's really like that is taking the numbers and shoving it right in their face.
But
because that was the lanes they had set up. It was going to be Weaver, Williams, and then Bednar. Like that was the plan. You get freed through 7, and then you go to those 3 guys, one after the other. That was supposed to be the plan. And Weaver, that's very funny. The 7th inning is like his worst inning.
But you know what's interesting?
Hilarious.
Is that if it's 4-0, then I can understand about the lanes thing. But it's 1-0. Yeah. Even if you pitch to the best of your ability, one mistake, the game's tied.
Yep.
We're talking about Crochet, how amazing he was. He made a mistake to Volpe. Volpe hit the home run in the first inning. So you've got these lanes. Doesn't everything change if the game's tied at 1?
They also took him deep twice close to the track or at the track. They were close on a couple.
But my point is, that's your lane at 1-0.
Yep.
Let's say Weaver was brilliant, but makes one mistake because he's got to face 3 batters, right? So, all right, maybe he walks somebody, makes a mistake, and it's 1, and the game's tied at 1. Now what are your lanes? Because that was your lane at 1-0, but the lanes change at 1-1. It's clearly the lanes changed because Cruz wasn't in any lane, and all of a sudden you're down 2-1.
Yeah,
that changed it.
Yeah.
So I can understand you get a little bit of a margin for error, but giving up a run doesn't mean that you were awful. One mistake in that ballpark, right? So it's crazy to see how
they got to score runs
down
tonight.
Well,
got to score runs.
Again, this isn't even a conversation. If Stan hits a grand slam home run, we're not even bringing up Fried being taken out of the game.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't talk about it, but it happened.
Yeah, just a single ties the game.
I just didn't like. I told you, the game was the game. Like, there were things you could see the reasons. You understand the Yankees do what they do. I have to reiterate. To me, it's what the clubhouse sounded like after the game that bothered me.
They were ticked off.
Between what Fried said, what Jazz said.
Or didn't say.
Or
showed.
Just didn't love it.
No, you don't love it.
Like they're like, oh, they trust the numbers more than they trust us.
Now, you hope if you're a Yankee fan, they take their frustration out.
Yes.
And you know what would be cool? Wouldn't it be cool tonight in this spot to finally see like the energy, the anger,
the players saying like
something.
Take the notebook and rip it in half and throw it out.
And just
let's go.
I want to see standing in the dugout. I want to see pounding fists. Your season is on the line. It ended up being a really good season for this team, and it could be over that quick.
I wonder how that affects the crowd tonight. You're facing elimination. There's going to be nervousness. You're sitting there going, this could be the last time you see the Yankees.
You give up a run in the first inning, there'll be groans, and there'll be and then the Boston people, which, by the way, would it shock you if it was even louder?
Oh, yeah, because they'll smell blood.
Where there's some Yankee fans that are like, I'm selling.
You think how could you do that?
I'm just saying.
It's one game. You win today. It's all.
Yeah, but some people just don't want to be there.
It was pretty loud for game 1.
It was loud though. They really were louder than I thought.
Think about what this could sound like tonight.
Well, the Yankee fans are going to be into it early, but you're right. The energy could be the plug could be pulled early if they give up. Rodon gives up a home run early, or they get a couple of runs. Getting off to a good start's always important, but keeping that crowd engaged because they're going to come in nervous. They're going to be excited, but facing elimination this quick. That's the thing about these wild cards. It's not like it was one and done like it was a few years ago. But God, usually you make the playoffs in sports, right? Knicks, Rangers, you got a best of 7. As bad as a game 1 loss can be. Hey, we're a long way from being done. All of a sudden, you go from we're the hottest team in baseball, 8-game winning streak, to now 48 hours later, we're facing elimination.
Yeah,
crazy.
Well, Cleveland answered.
Yeah, and let's see, and it looks like the Padres are answering here, up 3-0 in the top of the 8th inning. Nick in Woodbridge, you're on ESPN New York.
Hey guys, thanks for taking the call.
Always.
There's been a lot of people calling in today crushing Boone for taking Fried out when he did, but I wouldn't exactly say that he was, dominant in at that point in the game.
Right.
Like he was laboring a bit. And at some point you do have to be able to trust your bullpen. Now where I will kill Boone is going to Weaver in that spot. I thought the last caller made a great point. Like his ERA in the month of September was 9. So where do you justify putting him in that spot?
Well, who are you putting in?
At the end of the day,
who are you putting him in? Like that's the problem. Your trust factor of people in that bullpen is very low.
Yeah, because you really only have Williams for 1 inning, right? So you probably, if you brought Williams in, then who's pitching the 8th?
Right.
Like you're not going to have Williams come back to pitch the 8th inning, unless you're going to tell me you're going to have Bednar for a 6-out save. I think that's a lot to ask. So you're going to have. So we was it last week? We did the whole circle of trust. Like who is in your circle of trust? And I don't think we had Weaver in that circle. We actually had Williams in the circle, but Williams isn't getting more than 3 outs. And because of the fact that if Weaver had done his job, you didn't have to come back with Weaver in the 8th.
We did.
Weaver was in your. You had him.
We had Bednar, Weaver, and Williams. Yeah. That was in our circle. That's the only guys in our circle of trust. Warren with the other starters.
Yeah, it's but he'd be out now, I guess, right?
Yeah,
for sure. Let's go to Will in the car. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Will?
How's it going tonight, gentlemen?
What's up?
I just want to say your list was excellent, but I would have replaced Dan Patrick and Keith Olbermann with Butchergrass and Kenny Payne.
Kenny Mayne?
Kenny Mayne, you mean?
Or Kenny
Mayne, yes.
Yeah, no.
Or Payne.
They're Patrick and Olbermann are iconic.
Yeah.
It's a different level. It is.
Welcome to the big show.
Because like you said earlier, Don, it's about what SportsCenter was when they were in their prime. As great as Butchergrass is, John Anderson, whatever.
No, they're all
that
great.
was all a later version that still wasn't
but they
late
almost
90s.
Those guys were, and I'm not going to say copy but that the format was set by guys like Dan Patrick and Keith Olbermann and them. They kind of set the tone of what a SportsCenter anchor was going to be.
And there was that moment, excuse me.
Bless you. Oh, Gesundheit.
Where if you're a certain age, you watch the Sunday SportsCenter. Like you had to watch the Sunday SportsCenter because they had the Sunday night conversation, and you'd be red hot if it was somebody you weren't interested in, and it was must watch if they had like somebody big, and they were right in the wheelhouse of that.
Yeah,
like I said, Dan Patrick is an amazing talent. He's got an amazing radio show. He's still getting gigs in Adam Sandler movies because he was a god on SportsCenter, and there's a generation of fans that still remember him from that.
Yeah.
Now, Keith Olbermann's very opinionated, and a lot of people don't like him anymore for his politics, but you cannot deny when he did SportsCenter, those two, it was the top. Listen, I'm a big Butchergrass fan. As a hockey fan, how do you not like Butchergrass? I love Steve Levy. All these guys are great.
Yeah.
But Dan Patrick and Keith Olbermann, that was it.
Yep.
And then Stuart Scott and Rich Eisen. Those four had to be on the list.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Danny on Long Island, you're on ESPN New York. Hi, Danny.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Interesting conversation. In regards to your dad, my father did 2 years in the infantry and 26 years in a rescue truck driving around the city, taking people out of court. Can you imagine how he would react to a minor injury on the ball field? He would never overreact to anything. But he would say things to me as an adult saying, when you were growing up, we're never really concerned about your feelings too much. I was trying to make you into an adult. And there's a book out now called Bad Therapy, which basically says that everything we do today is 100% wrong, and the way your manner in which your parents and grandparents spoke to you was correct to tell you that everything's going to be okay. You felt, it's tough. I landed in Normandy. Let's go. Keep moving. Basically pushing you back into the arena, and that we spend entirely too much time now worrying about kids' feelings as opposed to I'm worried about making you an adult. That's the key destination, not what you want to have for dinner. It's a very interesting read, and I think anyone with young children should read it because I think other older generations get a knock when in reality they did have it right. And I think as you become a parent, you realize they had it right.
Well, the funny thing is, Danny, we won't know. The unfortunate part is the results won't be in for some time on what is happening right now with this sort of style, right? Like,
correct. You won't know. I work in a school now. By the way, also as far as sprinting is concerned, very healthy for you. Everyone should incorporate it on a treadmill as fast as you can go for 30 seconds. I work in a high school now. I read an article about how good this is and that they're concerned that this generation of Americans, less people playing organized sports, will go their entire life without having ever done a wind sprint. And now in the gym, walking the track is considered the exercise. So imagine going your entire life and you never once heard a whistle running from the 40 to the goal line or back and forth. It's just, again, because we don't want to cause anyone to have any discomfort.
Still don't recommend a wind sprint out of nowhere in your 50s, Danny. On
I'm
the treadmill,
60,
work your way there. Sure.
Yeah, 100% right. I'm on the treadmill. I do up and down, keep the car, and then I'll put it on 8 miles an hour. I'm not saying I'm Carl Lewis, but 8 miles an hour.
You're not going to 13, for God's sake.
It's going to. Right. Now, as far as the game's concerned yesterday, obviously perception is a big thing in the world, and we watched all the pitches in the afternoon and even into the Yankee game, all go into the 8th inning, pitching beautifully. Strobel was not coming out of that game, okay? And then all of a sudden the Yankee game came, and we saw the Red Sox guys not coming out, and the Yankee guy, he was coming out. Boone jumped out of that dugout like he had the winning ticket at bingo night. He was not going to be, convinced not to take him out of the game. And now we all knew, oh, God, why so early? And you got the result immediately. Sometimes the result happens 3 innings later because you get into this thing in baseball now where you're rolling one guy out after another. Well, somebody's going to crap the bed. At this time it happened immediately. But tonight is when he has to show some restraint and not start going to this pen. Like you said, the guy gives up a couple of runs in the first inning, and now you're in the 60s sailing along. Let him go. Let him get to 120 as long as he hasn't given up a run in 2 or 3 innings. He's doing well now. You have to make sure you don't overreact. You don't have to overreact to what happened last
Danny,
night.
it's a good thing you pointed out, and thank you for the call, because there may be a game today when you do have to jump the gun and bring in as many people as is needed. Don, what's so frustrating about yesterday is that wasn't the time. You didn't need to rush after 6 1/3. But everyone knows there can be, if you're facing elimination, if you need to use 8 pitchers, you're using 8 pitchers. But it wasn't yesterday.
Well, if you go back to Sunday, the Mets' last game, they were down 4-0, and in the 5th and 6th inning, they brought in Diaz because they just couldn't afford to allow another run to score. They weren't scoring, and if that became 5-6-0, forget about it. End up being forget about it anyway.
Of course.
But if you wanted to keep it at 4-0, that's the decision that has to be made. And the only way it's good or bad is based on how the pitcher pitches. Listen, if Weaver does the job, there's no complaining. It's a real I don't want to sit here and support the decision that was made, but decisions are made all the time if the players execute. It's not talked about. Every play in football is designed to work. Why doesn't it work? Sometimes the defense figured it out. Sometimes a player of the 11 on the field didn't execute the way they were supposed to, and the play didn't work. But what do the fans all do? Offensive coordinator's got to go. Did you see that play? Mm-hmm. What a brutal play that was. Was it a brutal play? Or if everybody did their job, it would have been a brilliant play. All right? Boone coming out and taking out Fried would have been praised had Weaver done his job. And he got the 2 outs, bottom of the order, and then Williams comes in 1-2-3 in the 8th. Bang, in comes Bednar, win the game 1-0. What are we saying? We'd be complaining about the offense not scoring, but would be any complaints about Boone? No.
But you just
guess what?
The variable changes when you keep replacing pitchers.
That's it. Yeah, eventually your luck's going to run out.
Right.
But
somebody's going to have a bad day.
But when you don't believe in hot, you don't believe in streaks, and you don't believe in luck, I mean, these numbers are not going to ever tell you
they're all robots.
Not to do something. Close it out with your phone calls, 1-800-919-3776. We've just gotten word Ray Santiago's in the building.
Wow.
Not our building, Yankee Stadium.
Oh, good for Ray.
I need to know, Ray, or find out from Ray, what's his record when he's at Yankee games. People care about stuff like that. Don, Hahn Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
This fall, don't sit on the sideline because of pain. If you're tired of waking up stiff, fighting neck, back, or joint pain, and missing out on the things you love, it's time to take action. Call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain, New Jersey's top pain specialist. Dr. Shaw is the Ivy League trained, double board certified, and laser focused on one thing: getting you back in the game. Living pain-free, no surgery, no cuts, no downtime. Just precise image-guided treatments that deliver real results. Whether it's sciatica, nerve pain, migraine, or chronic joint pain, Dr. Shaw will personalize a non-surgical game plan just for you without pain medication. Same-day and next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Most major insurances are accepted, so what are you waiting for? Don't let pain keep you out of the action this season. Visit Sandwell Pain to text, call, or book online. You'll wish you met Dr. Jay Shaw a lot sooner. Relief starts today, and victory over pain is closer than you think.
We are moving now.
Electric bikes are everywhere. They are quiet and very fast. Teens ride them on the roads, in bike lanes, but also in places they should not be, like sidewalks and parks.
Look out!
When you ride, wear a helmet. Don't speed. Watch out for pedestrians and cars. New York State and your community have specific rules for electric bikes. Follow them. Go to trafficsafety.ny.gov for more info. A message brought to you by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team. Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installations with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
All right, let's get the vibe of the fan base. You're heading over to the stadium. You're listening on the app, walking to your seat, or just getting ready to sit down in front of the TV or the radio to consume Game 2. We got you. 1-800-919-3776. Should be a good time, and we'll be here tomorrow no matter what. at 3:00. I guess we're.
Well, you say no matter what. I don't know.
Well, wait a minute.
I don't know how I'm going to feel.
Wait, we do have to, Anthony, right? We do have to get the lay of the land. Follow social media because
this is a bad thing to ask.
Oh no,
I just don't know. I can't give you.
We don't know because what the schedule is going to be for the games tomorrow is really going to depend on what games there are, right? So we know there's going to be a Tigers game, and it looks like there's going to be a Padre.
Well, that's a 3:08. Padres
done.
Cubs.
That's already done.
Yeah, because they know there's a game 3 for that, and they haven't probably announced anything after that, right?
No. Let me see.
We don't know the time. I can't give you guys the times of anything.
Cleveland, Detroit is a 1:08.
Already done. Okay.
So the Padres, they're not done yet.
No,
it's
we don't know
the
yet.
9th, but that's scheduled for 3:08 tomorrow. Okay. So Yankees would be 6:08.
So if the Yankees win, it would be the same.
Yeah. If the Dodgers win tonight, which can we all agree that that's a chance that happens?
That's the way I would bet.
Let's say the Yankees win. Let's say.
Yeah.
It would be Cleveland, Detroit at 2:30, the Cubs and San Diego at 4:30, and Yankees, Red Sox at 7:30.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So that would give you guys a full view.
full
no matter
show.
what, Peter's not a part of it.
Well, I'm not here tomorrow.
Right,
so yes,
exactly.
But either way, that is
But I'm sure Peter would love to know.
Well, yeah, because, I feel better about missing a 7:30, a full show, than I would about missing a 6 o'clock.
I guess the fact that we've got games early, because I guess there was a scenario
where
the only games were Yankees and Dodgers, that the Yankees would have been a 3:00 first pitch.
I have a funny feeling no matter what happens tonight now, you guys are having a show tomorrow.
Yeah, so but so you don't have to worry about it. So we will be here with you some way, shape, or form
by hook or by
tomorrow
crook,
to either previewing a game 3 or talking about what went wrong.
Yeah,
and aren't you proud that on a day that has so much importance for New York baseball, I haven't once mentioned that Jaden Daniels is a go for Sunday. And not even one time.
Don't be proud of it. That's New York radio.
I also think that kind of counts now.
Yeah, he counts. He couldn't get 5 more minutes.
Listen,
full participant.
Should I be patting myself on the back that I didn't mention that Luke Hughes got a 7-year contract worth $9 million?
Actually, maybe a bad job.
It may be, but it's more appropriate than yours.
You think?
Because we're at least in the metropolitan area.
That's correct.
Or did I mention that the Knicks preseason begins tomorrow morning?
That's right. And
what time?
Abu Dhabi, 12 o'clock is tip-off.
By the way, that was worth
11:30
actually. That was actually worth mentioning.
I'm going to say this and nothing more. Don't even speak after I say it.
Oh, boy.
Allen is doing the game and will be right next to me when the game is over. Think about that. And so you're worried about your travels. How about this guy? How about this guy?
By the way, commitment. Hello?
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And if you don't know how that works,
you're doing the game tomorrow?
TV magic.
He's doing the game.
Nice.
And yet still will be in studio.
I'm hosting pre and halftime.
On a camel.
Yeah. On a camel.
Is that going to be an MSG vehicle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Who are they playing?
The Sixers.
Like you dream of. It's like it's Christmas Day.
You know what?
It's like it's noon on Christmas Day.
There's so many players missing from them. They're not even the 76ers. They're just the Sixers. They might even just be called the Sixers.
The Sixers are taking the process across the world.
It's a worldwide process.
Wonder if it hits different out there than it does here. Let's go to Bobby in Belmore. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, man?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
This is the 5th time in the last 3 years. I don't know if it's Cashman Boone combo or that cool Cashman or Boone by himself, that they have blown a bullpen game. I mean, 2022 Cleveland in 2 games against Houston. They put Schmidt or Trevino instead of Holmes. They take out Colter early, and you know what happened last year and with the World Series. They treat these games like regular season games. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because the analytics don't know the difference between a regular season game and a postseason game.
No such thing as pressure.
But, Bobby, is it just taking Fried out, or would you want somebody else to come in but Weaver?
No, I would let Fried go until he gave up a hit. I mean, I'd let him go in the 8th inning. Let him go. I mean, what is you go 115, 20 pitches. He threw 111. He threw more pitches in 5 regular season games than he did last night. Does that make any sense?
Well, because, again, it doesn't make sense, Bobby. We're all with you. But if Weaver retires the batters, then this is not a conversation. So let's not take the players off the hook, all right? They're not robots, all right? So they're in there to do a job. And if Weaver does the job, then did Boone screw up? No. Now, he screwed up because Weaver couldn't get it out, and they gives up the lead.
I'm not blaming Boone.
Right. It's the organization.
Fried's history in the playoffs is he doesn't go beyond. Like this is a lot of pitches for him, and he never goes that deep in the playoffs. I don't love that. I would have loved to have seen if he's saying like I'm matching Crochet. I'm going pitch for pitch with this dude. He's not out pitching me. Like that's kind of what you wanted to see. I didn't see it. Okay, fine. But then you go in the post game acting like I could have pitched another inning. Oh yeah, whatever.
Get on him for that.
Like, come on, dude. You all right?
You can get on him for that.
Is that a Carlin?
No, that was borderline Carlin.
That was borderline.
We almost
Carlin.
lost him.
That was close. Did you get
but
that?
I'm continuing to speak. Don't you? If you replay that, I swear.
No, I think we need to.
No, I'm gonna need
I said no.
Well, what do you mean? No? That's not how drops work.
No, it's how drops work. No, because it's not anything.
No,
you don't know.
What do you know?
I
what
recovered.
if it sounds hilarious?
My coffee went down the wrong way.
Yeah.
I didn't have it. I didn't stroke out. I got back.
You're sure that
I got back.
You're sure that won't be funny?
No, I don't. We're not going to know.
Because
I'm going to refuse it to be played.
I hope we find out in the next 75 seconds. What if it's great, Don? You fight greatness?
It's not going to be great.
I have some.
But you're never going to know.
It was because it sounded guttural.
It felt great.
And by that I mean I worried when I heard it. I went, "Is he all right over there?"
Especially when he turned.
Yeah.
But why can't I was trying not to be heard. But I couldn't get to the microphone in time. But when is it okay to just say, how about these players just do a better job? How about just doing your job?
Oh, we're not allowed to do that, but I agree with you.
That's not a thing.
But you want to get on Fried for not demanding the ball or whatever, but how about just Weaver get a couple of outs? Well, there were a couple of 250, 260 hitters.
He has not been good.
No.
So,
But he's there, and everybody's expected to be a part of it, so it's frustrating. But you'll feel a lot better with a win, and you'll be in the I think they'd be in the catbird seat if they win tonight.
I've got the anxiety of somebody who will probably be standing watching this game.
No, I can see that.
Like, I will not really be able to sit down. Last night, game ended, and it's like, I love Jack Curry. I am not watching the postgame because of a loss, but obviously if they lose tonight, you got to watch it for the postmortem.
Yankees, Red Sox coming up next. We'll talk to you again tomorrow at 3 right here on ESPN New York.
You know so much about who you